reason to do what I doing. I have no reason to cross the line I about to cross.
Mm-hmm.
So knowing I have no reason to do this, why go and do it and then still turn around and say, well, I so sorry. Please forgive me for doing that. I know what I was thinking. No, no, no. I know exactly what I was doing. I know
Yep.
exactly what I was thinking. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever you want to do is what you want to do. I gotta live with that. So I discipline myself to don't even walk that road. So I just don't forgive.
Fair
And
enough.
that
Yep.
and that's me straight across the board. I don't.
Uh, Temper, can you hear
What's
me,
up, Annie?
nephew?
Yo, I could barely hear
Can
you.
you
I
know
mean,
why it's okay?
I know my volume up.
Oh my goodness, I don't know, understand. Can you guys hear me now?
That's a
Yeah, I
bit
could
better.
hear
Yeah.
you. I could hear you.
Let me explain to you why it's important that you forgive. And I get it, the repeat offenders, because that's what happened to between me and Golden. If you remember the first time I went to her page, I had no idea that she was going to attack me and her chat was going to attack Nick and I. And I just listened and I just listened and I let her get her stuff out and she was disrespectful, right? The very first time. I remember that because you was in the comments. She was like, I understand, Auntie Leah, I see your point, and you was also saying to Golden, I see your point. But this is the very first time after the lie where Jane's comment went crazy, right? So I let her do
Hmm.
what she had to do. I let her say what she had to say, and I basically let it snap or nothing like that. Remember?
Yeah.
But when she circled back around and she came with the same diabolical gaslighting technique, I snapped, right?
Right.
But here's the thing: when it comes to forgiveness, it's not for the other person. It's for you. It's for me. What I mean by that is, even though she came back with me and I snapped and I released, I let it go. I didn't care no more after that. I was done.
Well, Annie,
If
Auntie
I
Leah,
had
I under-
harbored,
okay, let me let you finish.
okay, if I had harbored the feelings that were inside of me was anger and like animosity and like how dare you come back again and try to come at me, I would still be talking about it. It takes a lot more energy to not forgive than it is to forgive. That's all I'm trying to say. I forgave, let it go, not talking to you no more. Period. Not gonna
I
give you
see
another
what.
chance.
Yeah. I
It is
understand
what it
why
is.
you brought. Yeah. I understand now why you brought that up, Angelia. I get it.
Yeah,
Well, not knocking
because
with nothing.
I had to. This is what I got to say. You came at me disrespectful. I yelled, I screamed, I let it out, and I was done. If you look at my page, Auntie Leah's never said nothing else about it, right? I let it
True
go.
that.
I'm done with it. I'm done with you, and I'm done with it. Energy's no longer involved or wasted. Do I hate her? No, because hate involves a lot more energy. Does that make sense? If I hated her or despised what she said or paid attention to her gaslighting technique or her deflection, I would still be giving that situation energy when I know for a fact that Jane's comment was nefarious, that Jane's comment was recognized as nefarious as golden. So all I did was point it out and said, hey, knock, 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 golden. You were the first one who paid attention. You're the first one who caught the fact that Jane's comment was nefarious, or you would not have warned your chat. Can you guys please watch what you put in the comment? That's all I had to
Yeah.
say. She
Okay.
came back with a rebuttal. I blocked, I let go, and I moved on. No more energy for me, right? I'm free. But if I would have held on to what she did, if I would have held on to what Jane did, if I would have held on to her comeback, I would still be talking about it today. Much like who? The owl, right? Who can't let it go, right? Who Danny has and whoever else has snatched all of her monetized channels, but she can't let it go. She came back on live, and Magic, this is not a jab. Magic, this is an example, and also a plea for you to let it go. Talking about the same thing, meaning that her energy, her soul, her spirit is wrapped up in what Danny and the others did to her. However, if she will forgive, forget, and move on, she can build a new channel because they wouldn't care what she's talking about, right? But she keeps coming back. And Magic again, it's not me coming at you. It's me as a 50-year-old woman trying to teach you because I used to be you, right? I had to have the
Mm.
last say. I had to have the last word. Couldn't be stupid, look stupid in front of nobody because it was pride. So instead of you saying they took my channels or whatever, I'm not gonna say anything else. I'm gonna find something else to talk about and move on. You went right back to what you were talking about, which is going to result in them taking your other channel because it's another challenge. It's not one troll, two troll, three troll, four troll. It's a whole form of trolls who are
Yeah.
hyper focused on you.
Yep.
Me, I would have been like, I don't give a shit. Whatever. Let me talk about President Trump. Let me talk about Trudeau or whoever's in Canada. Let me find
Trudeau.
something else to talk about because I'm not trying to irritate the storm, right?
Yeah.
So when I say forgive, I let it go. I don't want it on
Mm-hmm.
me. When I say forget, I don't remember because I don't want it on me.
Yeah.
I'm moving on. So I hope that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Makes
I
sense
do.
to me.
Not judging nobody.
No, I mean
Not judging nobody.
you make sense, Auntie Leah. But I mean, I agree with
But
everything you
life
say.
goes on.
It does go on,
Life goes on,
and we're
babe.
and we're going on. We're
Here's the
carrying
thing.
on.
You
Yep.
can forgive. Right. I actually applied for you guys that know. Please subscribe to all of our channels. I applied for monetization, and I found out what I was doing wrong on my channel. So instead of me being, oh my God, I'm so sad I got declined, I'm like excited because I know what to do now.
Yep.
So now I know
Yep.
how to go correct it because I know I do
Yep.
work hard. I just wasn't doing the YouTube way, right? So now when I can reapply in 30 days, my channel's gonna be and my channel's gonna be able to number one, promote Jag, backer, 3100, be monetized, be in YouTube standards and guidelines, and
Yep.
I ain't studying about nobody. I don't care about no troll form because they don't make me, they don't break me, and I don't care
Mm-hmm.
what they do because my mindset is not there.
Mm-hmm.
It's there.
Yep.
So when it comes to the trolls, and we don't need to name them, right? Believe it or not, don't hate her. Why? Because she did realize. Go back and watch her last video. Her error. She said, "Oh my God!" Right? She said it wasn't Jag.
Yep.
It was who Jag said it was. And
Mm-hmm.
basically, she said, "I really need to apologize. I really need to make amends. I just don't know how." So she's tagging every last one of us that means something, Jaguar.
Yep.
That's her cry for help. But my thing is I can't help you get back to Jag. That's something you got to do, number one. Number
Mm-hmm.
two, I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't hate you, Al. I don't. I saw what happened. I saw where you went wrong. I saw who had manipulated you. I pointed it out, and you thanked me for it. It is up to you to reach out to Jad and Odell, offer a sincere apology, and whatever happens, happens. It ain't got nothing to do with me, but I appreciate the fact that you noticed it. That's it. Love
That's it.
y'all. I ain't got nothing to say about it.
Okay.
Forgive to free myself,
Mm-hmm.
not to free the person. I
Yeah.
forgive. So my conscience and my heart, my spirit, my soul can be free.
Well,
All
that's what
right.
I was
I
trying
don't
to
talk
say,
too
Auntie
much,
Leah.
guys.
That's what I was trying to say, Auntie Leah,
I
when
was
it
talking too
comes to me.
much. You been telling me. I love you, Paul. I love you, Temper. Go ahead.
Come on, I still gotta respect you on it. I mean, I don't want to cut you off, so I just won't be sure, you know. But like you were saying, I mean,
It's
I
okay.
don't want you to think I hold in some type of something because I'm built like that. I mean, like I say, it's up to when you don't do what you do, it's up to you to move better, you know. Because
Mm-hmm.
I will always be moving how I moving. I never was focused on you. See, that's
Yeah,
just how I discipline myself because
I know that.
my eyes see real lies. So um I will never hold no resentment. Like I say, I don't have to, I don't do the forgiving thing because it's up to you as the individual who do what you did. You got to move better. It's up to you to prove to yourself that you could be a better person. It ain't up to me.
That's
So
right. Yep.
I've already
Exactly.
picked up and move on because I'm always focused
That's
on where I'm going. So that's all I was really trying to say. So
right.
when you do what you do, that on you. It ain't gonna
I
never
get
be
it.
on me.
Yes, and that's where it comes. Well, that's where the saying comes. Forgive. You don't have to forget, right?
No, that's right.
Just
Yep.
because you forgive a person, doesn't mean that you have to forget what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Like I forgive, I don't forget. If you notice
Yep.
what happens between Golden Queen and me, I
Mm-hmm.
forgave her, but she came back with. I didn't forget the first time, so that's why
Yep.
I didn't let her slide. I was like, "You're not gonna keep disrespecting me." Wait a minute. I raised my voice. I don't want to hear the monotone. I'm not like that. I try to respect my elders, but you're coming to me condescending as you did the first time, and I let you slide. Right? I'm sorry. I didn't forget how she came to me on her channel. I just let her slide. But when she came back
Mm-hmm.
in with the low voice, calm, condescending speech, I didn't fall for it. I'm like, wait a minute. It snapped and put her in her place. Period.
Yep.
That's how you let somebody know, hey, I'll forgive you. Don't care what you said, but I'm going to let you know where you went wrong. And I'm going to put you in a place and where you will never come back towards me again. It's okay. It's okay to not forget what a person did when they violated you. My point is, don't hold it here and don't hold it
Exactly.
there and move on.
I
Don't
So
like
hold
the
it
that's
to your
why
saying.
you
heart.
saw Auntie Leah,
Yep.
right? When
Yep.
she went back to her life, she's screaming and yelling, "Oh, she's this, she's that, she's fake, she's phony." Find a response. You won't find one because I said what I said, right?
And yeah,
And I
you
moved
did.
on.
And listen here,
That's all
lady.
I'm
Am I going to have
saying.
to mute? Listen here, Auntie Leah. Am I going to have to mute you up so I can get a word in edgeways? Oh my God.
Don't give me 2 minutes and mute me. Don't give me 2 minutes and mute me.
Put on the 2 minute time on neck.
Oh my God. No, there's no 2 minute timers over here.
Guys, y'all know
But
I love y'all.
I want a bit of
Listen,
listen, I want a bit of
I
content
you know I
creator.
love you, Nick, but
Oh,
you are
oh
the
my.
elder and you deserve
I am the
respect.
elder. I am the elder. I am the elder. Yes, today on this
R
on this
E S
channel.
P E C T. Mhm.
Listen, have a look. I want some.
Y'all better let me respect Nick before she come with my ass all the way
I'm
in
gonna
the
whip you.
U.S. of
I'm gonna
A.
whip. I'm gonna whip your young ass, man.
Respect.
Now listen. Now listen. I want some because we're all content creators, right? I want some input from the content creators that are on the panel. Okay, so I want help in when we see a good comment. How about we address it so I don't have to fight to get the words in. That's
Okay.
a
Do
good
it.
that's a good
Let's
comment,
do it.
Ralph. Forgiving is for ourselves, not for the other
Yeah.
person. I like that. I like that. And Sheila
That's
Gray,
right. Our,
thank you.
listen.
Yeah.
Yes,
To circle back to
I
RC
totally agree.
117, you
Thank you,
you're
Sheila.
100% correct, RC 17. You know.
Eh,
Listen. I'm
yeah,
not trying to call Ralph
address
out
it
or
on.
RC 17. Just listen to me what I got to say. RC 17. You came at me for no reason. I didn't even know what was going on. I was like, what the hell I do to RC 17? Last thing I know was I was telling him, don't feel bad for losing the wrench. It's okay. They're just doing a test. And next thing I know, he was in other people's chats stalking me. But at the same time, he came to my channel. He explained himself. He admitted what he did was wrong. He apologized. And guess what Auntie Leah did? Play clean.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, that's what you got to do, right?
Yep.
Especially when somebody comes to you with their fault and said, and lay it all on the table. I'm done. Never bring it up to you again.
Mm-hmm.
Now, however, if you do it
Yes.
again, gloves
That's different.
off, hat off, Lord, forgive me. Thank
Yep.
you for grace and mercy.
Yeah,
I'm snapping.
that's it. That's
Hmm.
it. And that's
Go
all it
ahead, Nick.
is. That's it, and that's all it is. That's exactly it. He's laughing, Ralph.
Yeah, you just get your long rope because like Annie Leah say, like
He should be
what
laughing with his
what have
nefarious
I done?
self.
What have I done? What have I done?
Listen, RC 117, you was nefarious with it.
Yeah, but we're all good now. We're all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah,
It's 100% all good
some things,
because
not
we
all
don't
things,
need to
some
harbor
things.
that stuff.
Most things.
No, we're
Yeah,
good because we don't need to harbor. One thing, if you guys really take a look at the owl, look at her last few videos, you will see where the light bulb clicked. Right? She will put her head down and say, "Oh damn." When she realized that it was not Jack,
Yeah.
right? Am I right, Nick?
Yep,
She
you're right.
realized it was not Jack that was the bad one. It was not Jack that was steering her wrong. It was not the Jaganators who supported her that betrayed her.
Mm-hmm.
It was her inability to shake off whatever anger she had. Well, Odell, at the moment, a family member, raise your hand if you have fought for your siblings more than once. I have, but I have never betrayed them, and they have never
Yep.
betrayed me.
Yep.
If she would have looked at it that way, if she was upset with a video that Odell made, look at it that way. We're siblings. He got off. Let me go back at him and be done with it. We still be together today, right? But she took it
Yep.
to heart, got offended, got on life with the enemy, colluded with them, ignored the one that cared about her, and broke the whole family up. And again, Maggie, if you're looking, which I know you are, listen to what I'm saying and listen to what I'm telling you how to fix it. It's not me that you need to come to. It's not Nick. It's not Temper. It's not none of us on this channel. You need to go to Jaguar Wright and Odell and you fix it there. Not saying that you will ever be accepted 100%, but it's a start.
Yep.
I'm done, guys.
Okay. Thanks for coming.
Uh,
You
yeah,
run, you run that
you
fast.
gotta love
Nice.
Auntie Leah.
Honey. Body
Oh,
Chronicles.
you do have your bonnet on. Oh my, you're too cute.
Sometimes all you can do is laugh
At least
sometimes
I'm not
because
no talking bubble. I'm not no talking bubble. I'm not no talking bubble. I'm not no talking
Auntie
bubble.
Leah baked that cake so sweet just now.
I love y'all.
How could you not take a slice after she done baked such a beautiful cake?
I know, right? Oh, look, Ralph, no one's perfect. Nobody's perfect. We we've all got two sides. We've all got our good side and our bad side.
But I was thinking about something when Auntie Leah was talking. I forgot who draw this diagram, right? But it's a square,
Yeah.
and there's a line I think the line is in the center. There's a circle, a small circle in the center of the square, and there's a line like just above it.
Mhm.
And I think the message of it was the line represents our balance, but because of our ego, which is the circle,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be center with the balance line. And when I look at that, I always say that diagram right there describes a lot of people in like so many ways, because a lot of people their whole life, their whole action, everything they do is just ego driven.
Mhm.
And no chronic need for seeking attention. And
Oh
I
yeah. Yeah.
always, I always, I always think about that diagram when I see people act egocentric. When I see people go off the rails and just do the above and beyond just to get attention. So that's always
Yeah.
something I ponder. How true that is. The person that made that diagram.
Mhm. Yeah. Good morning, Dark Angel. Grand Rising. Thanks for joining us over at Auntie Lee's channel. Thank you. What is this symbol? Can I look it up? Is it something I can look up?
Let me see. What I think? What should it be under? A diagram that shows man's ego.
Oh, okay.
Maybe under a query like that you could find it. But it's been a
Mm.
long time since I saw it. But I commit a lot of things to memory when I find it to be of use. So I kind of remember that.
So you're calling it a square with a circle, yeah?
Yes, a square with a line directly in the center, and there's a small circle directly in the center, but the circle is just below the line.
But there's definitely a square in there. Let me see this. It's kinship. It's not kinship, is it?
It's been some years since I could recall,
Okay.
but I do remember the diagram. So it's just like a square cut in
Oh,
half with a line,
I
with a
think.
circle,
While these two are
a
looking for
small
whatever their
circle
info
underneath the
symbol is or
line.
whatever, I want y'all to know. Hold on, guys. I want y'all to know that Auntie Leah, I tried to apply for monetization, and they denied me because I had, you know how um, when I do the live and I say I'll post a video for you guys to watch the clean version, they denied me because of duplicate videos. So what I'm going to be doing over the next course of 30 days is I'm going to delete those videos. I'm going to re-add them with commentary. So if you guys can please watch those videos, I know that you guys have seen them before, but I'm gonna have to add commentary so that my channel can be monetized. So whatever you can do for me, I will be so appreciative, as well as Nick too. I don't know, she's gonna go to her channel as well as Jay Mizak. Please just watch all of our videos. I'm going to be adding commentary to the ones that I've posted with no commentary so that I can become monetized. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
No
Auntie Leah.
problem. No
Oh,
problem, man.
she disappeared. There's some sound coming through your microphone, Auntie Leah. I don't know if it's a TV in the background or what it is. But it's gone now that you've dropped down. Oh, you've muted.
Well,
Yep.
it's because I have my phone trying to watch the quality of feed because my feed messes up so much when I go live. So I just be trying to make sure yours doesn't. So my apologies, guys.
Well,
Please
that's
forgive
okay.
me.
Thanks for coming, Patricia. Good night.
Night, night, Patricia.
M. Britmon is here. Hello. Patricia is over on your channel, Auntie Leah. She's in the chat. Yeah, I can't find the exact
I have
picture.
a few over in the chat.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Oh, don't
I
worry.
have a few over here. So, guys, we're all watching one family, one fist.
Mm-hmm. And Auntie Leah is streaming from here, and you can probably do that too if you can figure it out, Temper.
Yeah, but I tried it earlier, but see, I got to drop down. I was like, you know what? I see the button. I see what I gotta do. Yeah.
It's okay. Look, don't worry. Don't stress. You can do it another time. Everyone chats. Hey, everyone chats not running right now. Oh, you're in a Zoom. Wow, you really are multitasking. Yeah, you only have to do it once, Ralph. The monetizing, so they really clamp down hard on you to make sure that you know what you're doing. Going forward. So, what are you doing, Temper? What's all that noise you're making, mate?
I have a feeling you were here. That's
Yeah,
Hold
yeah.
on.
I have supersonic ears. It's got something to do with this tinnitus, surely. Here you go. Yeah. I can't find the exact picture. I don't want to put a picture up that's not what Temper's talking about. Here, people, Auntie Leah's right about. Yeah, I know Auntie Leah understands she was supposed to be the one. She failed herself. Jag and the family. Jag never offered again. Yep. Yep. While we're having a little empty break here, would you all like to hear that song, my new song, one more time? It's got some good vibes and good words in it, and I don't even care. I'm not even waiting for these two. I'm just going to play it. Let me turn the volume up for it. All right, here we go.
Wake up this morning with the sunrise in my mind. Feeling the moment, leaving illusion behind. No chains of worry, no fear I need to find. Just the rhythm of life moving through space and time. Consciousness, so sweet awareness. Seeing the world through the eyes of oneness. No division, no false disguise. Just me and the world with an open eye. The river flowing, teach me how to be still. Mountains whisper truth beyond the thrill. No need to follow where ego wills. This higher knowing, it's a deeper chill. Over the noise, I hear a call. The voice within beyond the wall. Roots get deeper, leaves grow tall. When you you see the self in one and all. Consciousness, so sweet awareness, seeing the world through the eyes of oneness. No division, no false disguise, just me and the world with an open eye. So let the baseline carry you home to that inner place where the mind can roam. And in the stillness we all arise, one people, one heart, one open eye.
Hello, hello, Kat. Hello, Angel. Welcome,
Hey,
welcome.
Kat.
And Temper, I just would like to confirm you are streaming to your channel.
Yeah, I did a little bit of multitasking right there.
Good on you. Good on you. And yeah, I got the notification that you were streaming, so that you were live. So good work, good job.
Thank you, thank you.
We are multitasking, multi-streaming.
Okay,
It's all
so
happening.
no, I'm not streaming.
You're not yes, you are.
I'm just telling you. Oh yeah, I'm streaming, but yeah, the other part, you know.
Well, Kat's here.
That's the brain part. That's what I say when I don't know what.
Right. Right.
Yeah, but the serious
Guys, but what I want you guys to do, the seriousness is that Sunday we will be doing the Hip Hop is a Graveyard segment for Tupac Shakur. And I need you both to do your homework. We're only gonna touch on his early life and his parents. That's it. Tupac Shakur has a wealth of information up there. It's gonna take 3 to 4 segments to get through Tupac. So the first segment again is going to be his childhood, early life, and his parents. So please look up any information that you may be able to find that you'll be able to contribute to the commentary, okay?
Okay, no worries. So you got your notification, Kat? That's good. The notifications are notifying. This is good.
No, you didn't cut me off, Nick, but whatever.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I probably did. Why not? If I don't,
you'll
just
cut you off all the time.
Yeah, well, you and I talk a lot. We talk a lot, right? You and I, we talk offline, and we're probably more respectful offline than we are being on this panel.
And I cut
right
you
now.
off all the time. So
no, you don't when we're talking offline.
Yeah, and I cut you off all the time.
Do you?
Yes, I do. I'll be like, Nick, hold your thought. Let me say this, and I'll be like,
oh
yeah.
my God!
And then I'll be like, Nick, go ahead and finish your thought.
Hey Sam, thanks for joining us. Oh my God. Yeah, I know. Look, if I hold my thought, I suffocate my thought, and that thought will pass away. It really does.
Well, I'll be a fool to try get in between the unstoppable force and the unmovable object. So, I can say right here, let the titans clash.
Let the titans clash. Oh, look, we talk a lot. There's a lot of talking that I do in my day, right? And there's a lot of talking and there's a lot of listening. And the listening comes with the conversations, but I listen to a lot of YouTube as well. So, and I try and learn stuff at the same time. There's a lot that goes on when I'm not on here. There's a lot. There's a lot.
Why, Nick, you like opening them can or you like opening them smoke bombs and walking off.
I do. Yeah, I do that a lot. I do that often.
Now I can't see the room anymore.
But I know where the door is.
You know where the door is. See,
I
that's the thing.
always I always know where the door is or the window is. I've always got my eye on the exit. It's all good. Hey Sam.
Uh,
Oh
no,
my.
no, but on a serious note, I was thinking about, and I always was thinking about it. That's why I said it.
Mhm,
I've seen like YouTube. YouTube is an app that could be used for the good or the bad. We've seen it,
mhm,
right?
mhm.
And a lot of people use it, they throw it as a ball, as a wrecking ball to their advantage.
Yep.
And like I said, the world already have enough evil in it. Each day got enough evil in it to suffice itself. So rather than making things so hard and hectic, why not,
Yeah.
present something nice? Why not, do something original? Why not take this YouTube ball, this wrecking ball, and carve out,
Mhm,
something
mhm.
positive out of it?
Well,
And
that's what I'm here to do with you guys and with everyone that's watching and everyone that's in the side chat and even the people that don't like us. I'm here to do it with everyone. Oh, that sounds very that sounds not good.
well, the good comes with the bad and the ugly. So it ain't just good and bad. You got the good, bad, and the ugly. So
Yep. And I'm not sure who said it the other day, and it doesn't matter who said it, but when you've got a cold, you should blow your nose and get it out. I don't know who said it. You've got to get it out. You've got to get it out of your body, you know?
yeah, cat. It was a joy. It was a joy, cat. It really, really was. It really was.
Well, she can pop up now if she likes. I'll drop the link. Oh, look at this. I love what you're saying. I love what you're saying, Kat. I love it. I love it. Hey, Sam. Hey, Sam. Hey, Sam. Sam, are you going to come up? Sam's probably going to say, no, I can't. I'm at work. I would, but I can't.
Driving.
Driving. Yeah, I'm driving. There is a word in Australia we use, but I respect Nick too much. But she knows what the word is. I'm sure I do know what the word is. I really do. Is Sheila? Is Sheila? Is Sheila? Has Sheila left? How did I miss Sheila's comment? What is going on here? Good night. Oh no, she's saying good night, good morning, guys. Does that mean you're leaving us? I'm not sure. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for your little contribution. It's always much appreciated. Your time is even more valuable.
Next, you starting with this time again because I'm still trying to figure out what you said about the comment. Is she
Hmm.
saying good night or like a hello, good night or goodbye, good night? No, we on so much different times right now.
I, I, I don't know. So because there's people coming in from the UK saying good morning, grand rising, and it's nighttime where it's not daytime. So I understand the comment. It's very broad. Who are you calling rude, Sam? What are you talking about?
Well, either you're on the right half or on the left half. So
Well, yeah, the sun rises from the east to the west, but from the sideways view of the planet that's on a wobble and on a lean. It's on a lean. It's on a lean, Cat. The planet is on a lean. Go on the panel I'm eating. I do. I know that was a bit. It's a bit much. That was a bit much what I said. I know the word that you're talking about now, Archangel. Do it, Sam. Come on. Yeah, come on. Woot woot.
and that's another thing. That's another thing I was looking at when you look at how all the landmark shape. They say it was all together at one point in time. You believe that?
Hmm. Yep. Yeah, I do agree with that. Look at Auntie Leah. She's being very cute.
It's called
She's
the
being noisy.
bond.
Auntie Leah is
It's
being noisy without making a sound. It's amazing. It's
it's called
amazing.
the Bonnet Chronicles. The Bonnet Chronicles.
The Bonnet
The Bonnet
Chronicles.
Chronicles.
Is this stories that happen under the bonnet, under and around the bonnet? The Bonnet Chronicles.
Messy.
Messy.
Just messy stories. Let me get off camera. I don't want to mess up the feed. I'm listening, guys. I'm listening. Don't
You should
mind
be
me. I'm just acting
Oh,
up.
it's right. Okay, so it's midnight there. That means that I'm 14 hours ahead of you, Kat, and it's lunchtime. It's midday for Archangel, and it's 2. It's 2 o'clock. It's 9 minutes past 2 where I am from where he is. So I'm 2 hours ahead of him in the future. And if we had somebody from New
Can I ask
Zealand
the
come,
question? Can I ask the question?
yes, ma'am, yes, please go ahead.
The question is, where do you guys think that Diddy's verdict is going to be? Put a 1 in the chat. Hold on. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that Diddy is going to be convicted of a RICO and at least one other charge where he gets 15 years to life. Put a 2 in the chat if you think that Diddy's going to be acquitted. Please let us know. 1 in the chat if you think that he's going to be convicted of at least 1 or 2 of the charges, or a 2 in the chat where you believe that he's going to walk scot-free. I would love to hear from you guys. I'm sure that we all on the panel want to know. Okay, I see some ones. Okay, Archangel
Could
thinks
be.
that he's going to be acquitted. All right, I see some ones. I got 1, 2 from Archangel. Let's keep the poll
Mainly
going.
ones.
I don't know how to create a poll. Do you
How do
know
I do a
how?
poll? Let me see. Let me see if I can create a poll. I will create a poll. Right. Pop out chat. No reactions. Timestamps.
We got a whole hell of a lot of ones. Yeah.
How do you create a poll?
I don't know.
Got to be somewhere. Right. It's not there. Participants, moderation, reactions, pop out chat. No. I don't know. Maybe you do it in StreamYard. Don't know. No. No idea.
Martha, the question, I'm not sure either. But Martha, to answer you, the 1 in the chat, if you think that Diddy's going to be convicted to where he's going to at least to 1 or more counts, the most important is the RICO, where he's going to receive 15 to life, or a 2 in the chat if you think that he's going to be acquitted of all charges. That's the question, guys. Let's go. 1 or 2's in the chat.
Aha, there you go. He changed it. He didn't mean to. He meant 1. Nah. Nah, nah, nah. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. Yep, I get it. It's all ones. Did he get a RICO? Yep, charge will be acquitted. Yep, that's it.
So Archangel is the only 2?
No, he
But
changed
we
it.
all know the Archangel. Oh, did he?
No, he
I was
changed.
gonna say,
No, did he? No, did he? No, did he?
listen, I
You
was going to
said
say
did he?
the Archangel was a rebel, so you know.
No. He changed it. Let me find the comment. Here you go, Auntie Leah. There's his comment. Wrong number. Sorry, was rushing. And I'm used to sledgehammers, not
Gotcha.
tiny buttons. Sorry, people. Do you know?
Gotcha.
I watched a movie about Archangel the other night. I understand him a lot more now.
All right, perfect. Yes, 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 yes. Let me shut my big fat old mouth.
I love that. You know, that suave word, I love it. I don't understand what it means in this context of the Rico, but I just love it as a word.
Well,
Auntie Leah,
I say one. I say one as well.
you're a one. Auntie Leah, you're muted.
Yeah, I know I was muted to give you guys a chance to talk because I talk too much.
Oh, thanks. So you have to physically restrain yourself with a mute button, do you? Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah. And plus, my son, my oldest 16-year-old, he's standing here worried about his mother, want me to go to bed. So
Okay.
it's
Well,
okay,
yes.
baby.
Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the bell.
I am
Yeah.
eating. I'm eating. I'm eating.
Tell your son that we quite often ask you the same questions. Okay.
She said, Nick said that they quite often ask me the same questions. I'm eating. Look,
What are
let's
you
see.
eating?
Some Salisbury or hamburger uh, patties, Salisbury steak mode,
Yum.
and some Brussels sprouts and some mashed potatoes.
Oh, very nice. Yum. Good food.
You know, I'm
Good,
eating.
good food.
It is. I'm eating. He just doesn't. He knows I eat. It's late. It's up to midnight. Can't
Oh,
eat too
Auntie
much.
Leah. Wow. Wow.
I'm gonna eat what I can. I promise. I'm gonna at least eat half of this. Okay?
At least you're eating.
Yeah, at least half. Okay? Izzy. All right. Give me 15
I've
minutes.
never, in Nick, I've never seen, like, I don't know if your brain tick like this, but like, if you was watching a certain algorithm and all of a sudden you start to see a change within a different algorithm start to pop up, and then you see like a whole widespread of like the same type of tragedies, and you notice that it start to become like a constant. Like when I look at the amount of weird, I call it weird cases because we are on your channel, but when I look at the amount of weird parents and weird individuals that do these monstrous things to children, and and you just look at
Mhm.
the widespread, and you just look at from every angle you could think about, if you could basically find some story on it, you know, every weird angle. And when you look at the effect this alone has on families, this alone has on the masses,
Mhm.
that's why when I say one, that's one of my reasons for saying one, because that right there, yeah, it have a lot of people thinking, and that alone is triggering for a lot of people. So on that fact alone, yeah, I say one. Yeah,
Yeah, I
he's
see.
gonna.
Yep,
He, yeah,
I see. Now, I just had a bit of music playing, and it was causing a bit of interference on your phone.
my phone.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I don't know why. Have you haven't got
No,
a YouTube channel open, have you? That's playing the sound
no,
of this live. No,
no.
I don't know. It's a
Mm-mm.
bit weird. It's a bit weird.
Okay, I better watch what I'm saying.
No, don't worry about what you're saying. Sure, it's fine. Suavemente by Elvis Crespo. Oh God, I have to look that up. Oh, thanks, Mary. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what it was. It was just making a little bit of feedback.
Hmm. Interesting.
I'll unmute it and we'll see. You touch kids, yeah, you forfeit your trip upstairs. Yep. Children are the future. God has given his ruling on this matter. Straight down, no questions. Yep, straight down. Suavemente besame. I hope I'm saying that right. Resi. Resi. I love how Temper gave There's Something About Mary a nickname that's now sticking. I love it. All right, let me see.
After I see her going wild on them drums, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's vibrating through your... Wonder why it is. That stopped it. What did you do?
Me?
Yeah.
You serious, Nick?
Hang on. Let's see if the music comes back. Oh, I've got to play something. Where is it?
That's you.
Yeah, it's me.
It wasn't me. Like Shaggy said, it wasn't me.
It wasn't you.
No, it wasn't me.
I don't know what it is. No idea.
You got a ghost stream playing now?
It feels like it. What is going on here? Right, let me loop that track. Yeah, it's like it's just like a feedback. You know, when you're at a concert or you've got a Bluetooth. Have you got a Bluetooth speaker happening or something?
No. Like some type of game you was playing. I know you was playing some type of game.
Oh, I'm not playing a game, but I'm going to mute you for a second, all right? Just hang on. Yeah. Okay, can anyone else hear it? Or is it just me?
I know I could still hear it, even though I was muted.
Thank you, Martha. I did 12 years of Italian at school, so that might have helped me with the attempt at my pronunciation. Thank you. Oh, I've no business playing this song at midnight. All right, I'm going to turn it up. How about I turn up the music? I have no idea what it is, but I'm sure that it's mine. Here we go. Yeah, it's gone now. Maybe it was coming out of Auntie Leah, but I could see it. This is gonna sound terrible, right?
It is not coming out from me.
No. What I'm about to say is going to sound terrible. You wait till you hear what I'm going to say. So it's with just all innocence that I'm going to say this temper, right?
Okay.
I could see the ring around your avatar vibrating.
Okay.
when the music was playing.
That's
Oh
right.
my God. I mean, no disrespect by talking about anyone's ring, okay? Just saying.
That's fact. I'm not gonna say.
It is your ghost, JK Juicy Juice. Oh my God. Yeah, it's gone now. You must have fixed it.
I
It
didn't
was just
mind.
a little bit of feedback. I don't know whose it was. I don't know, but you know, in the time warp of things, we've been going for just over an hour now. Temper
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
doesn't feel like it. And Auntie
Yeah.
Leah enters the chat. She just, she does.
I did
Between
know. Why are you telling everybody
between
I
two
know?
y'all is the vortex.
Yeah, well,
But Nick, you've been nefarious. Why you point out that I dozed off?
I don't know, man. I do not know.
But thank you for looking out for me.
We always look out for you.
I'm so tired. You guys know that. It's
You need to
12. It's after midnight, so I am about to go to sleep.
look. Well, you know, thank you for coming. Do we have to force you out? Do we have to say
Nope.
Auntie Leah and look at our watch and say it's time to go now? You're up past your bedtime, young lady.
I
Young
see,
lady.
observe, and accept. So I love y'all.
Love you
Love you
too.
too. Night night.
I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, okay?
All right. Have a good sleep.
You
Good
guys
night.
have fun.
Yeah, we will.
Thank you, Kat. Love you, Kat. There's Debbie and Archangel. I'm just trying to take real quick.
Sam,
Sam's, yeah, and everybody else.
JK's Juicy Juice.
Hey, JK, love you.
Sheila Gray has gone. Martha Cardial's in the house.
Yeah, Martha Cardio. Hey, guys, all of you.
And
Now,
Britmon.
yes. And I will see you guys tomorrow.
No worries.
Okay?
You have a good rest. Good night, love.
Thank you. Peace, guys.
All
Peace
right.
out.
Night night.
Bye
Ann.
bye.
No, no. All right, now we can. What do you think of that background behind us?
Nice, colorful.
It is colourful, yeah. It was something that I had a little play around with some colours and changed the colours and
It almost looked like what they call that stuff they do on the ground. Oh, I forgot the name.
on the ground.
Yeah, they do the whole floor with it. Epoxy. That's it.
Oh yeah, I love that stuff. I like it when they do the epoxy in the middle of a crack in a tree trunk and they put lights in it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, do some crazy arts and crafts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. It does look like tie dye. I
Mm.
want to make it. I want to animate it and make it move. I want to see that stuff move.
Okay, now you're really trying to give me a headache.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't
Let's
mean
see
to give
this.
anyone
Let's
a
see
headache.
this move.
I want to make that picture. I want to animate it. Yep.
And what type of motion? Like the C, like a back and forward.
Yes, like the sea or whatever result I get out of it. I love to see the creativity of some of the AI stuff. I know a lot of people are against AI, but
I
I
like I like to see this. Some like you see the side in which you want.
mhm.
I like to see that um do that instant repair like how they do in the movies like when the genie would come with the bottle. That's that
Oh
type
my
of
God,
smoke.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, coming from out of nowhere. I like to see that type of
I'd
formation in different sections of.
I'd like to see it with some texture and some 3Dness to it as well, like landscape. You know what? You know why I'm saying all this? I was watching something on YouTube, and it was the brand new pictures from the rover on Mars, and the camera was panning very slowly across the landscape, and I was just winding down, and my mind was just mesmerized by what I was watching. I was like, I'm looking at footage from a different planet right now, and it's really clear. and it was freaking me out a little bit.
uh, Nick, you got your mind something like mine sometimes because when I look at those type of videos, the first thing I start looking at,
Hmm.
I don't know why I'm like that, but I would be looking in the background, even in movies. I'll be looking in the background to see if they leave anything that wasn't supposed to be in camera sight, or see if I can see
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah, so even when I look at those videos of the moon, I'd be looking at the fact that, well, if y'all getting out of the moon for the first off the or the spaceship for the first time,
Hmm.
who's holding the camera?
Mm,
Like
yeah.
watching y'all do all of this, but who's holding it? I'm like,
Hmm.
I ask myself many, many questions. Like, how did they get this up there? Like technology. Then sometimes I say, you know what? At the end of the day, it just don't even bother me. But it's the same way I learned to pick a good horror. Like, if I see something that's too off, I'd be like, nah, that ain't the one for me. But yeah, once I see something like they say, I like found footage horrors, right?
Hmm.
The minute I see directed by this, and I be like, it's supposed to just come on and no name, no nothing,
Hmm.
just play out. And
Yep.
then yeah, so when I see those little, I be like, yeah, I be like, that ain't it. No, that ain't it. Someone playing game. Just they don't clickbait me. So yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I critique a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, I like I didn't mind what I was looking at, and it's funny that you just said you like to find the faults in the studio work of a film or whatever. Like when they leave the microphone hanging down from the up above, and
Mm-hmm.
you can see that little bit of the microphone. My dad taught me to look for those things when I was really young, so that's very interesting to hear someone else mention that. You don't hear that stuff mentioned very often.
Yeah, like even let's say if I watching a movie with the two main characters at the table, right?
Hmm.
The first thing I would do is I would look around because sometimes they would try to blur out the background.
Oh yeah.
But if they don't blur out the background, I would actually be looking at extras who would be, let's say, opposite each other, man and woman, or two man, and they wouldn't be saying anything. They'd just be moving their head, and no one say. And I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
that's one blooper I see.
Yep.
Then I'll be looking at this one. I'll be like, okay. Even the waitress, she'll just move over the frame just a little bit, but I'm like, okay. I'll even rewind it back forward. I'd be like, okay, yeah. You could see, So I always look for
Mhm.
little small things, small things. But some people call that looking for Easter eggs, I guess.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. Um, and I always look in the mirrors and I look in the glass to see if you can see the cameraman or the the boom operator
Yeah.
operating, reflecting in the glass somewhere. I love it.
Mhm. Mhm.
But the best one at the end of Teen Wolf is the stand. Oh, I haven't seen Teen Wolf in a long time. That's an old movie, such an old movie. But now I want to have a look. You watch what happens. All right.
Me with Michael J. Fox.
Yep.
Yeah, that was old for true, boy. But
Mhm.
when I look at old movies, Nick, sometimes I wonder what I even saw in them. Like the way my mind designed now.
Yeah.
Um, I'd be like, what the? Even some old cartoons, I was tripped out over. When I say trip out, like if once they're on, like that's it. I'm not doing
Mhm.
nothing for you. Leave me alone. It's cartoon time. Like even some of them, I would look at them and I'm like, why? Like, was I really, really into this?
Mhm.
I just can't see the reason. Like, what draw me to this? And I start critiquing it right there and then. Like, um let's see, Satan app, let's say He-Man.
Yep.
I look at that cartoon and I'm like, bro, this what you was into? And I'm like, this what you like by the power of Gray Skull, really?
Yep.
I'd
Mm-hmm.
be like, no man, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and I'm like, this what everyone really was talking about, and they really get me to start watching this. And when I watch it, like I really used to watch that, I'm like, wow. So when you go back and look at it, I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
But now you reverse it, like learning how I was afraid of horrors, and then I watched the green screen and see how it was really made. And I'm
Yeah.
okay, take all the edge out of it for me because that's why it's hard for me to watch a good horror. Once I see
Mm-hmm.
the costume work, the costume designing right,
Yep.
I see some fakey background. I
Mm-hmm.
see some, weird design. Be like, this ain't it. Now I watching green screen and that green screen zone me in. I can look
Mm-hmm.
in the background and see different. I'm like, yeah, okay, you got me. You got me.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 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 I know. Now, for some reason, I want to play one of my songs. So it's an oldie. It's an oldie. How old is this song? It's an oldie. Have a listen to me. It's 3 months old. It's like a baby. It's not nothing old about it, right? And I'm not trying to change the subject, but I'm actually playing this song so I can go to a different subject. I am trying to change the subject. What am I talking about? What on earth am I talking about?
Only you know
Tuesday.
it.
All right, let me cue this song up. It's been a little while since we've listened to this song on my channel. Let me add it to the stage. Right, here we go. Been a little while. It's been a minute. Here we go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. These YouTube streets are like the wild, wild west. The stores are inviting, some are sinister, some are downright derelict. Walking along, singing your song, then boom, you've entered a room. Ooh, it's crowded in here. There's a fight in the corner, there's a fight in the corner. People shouting at the crowd, my God, it's so damn loud. Shots fired, shots fired. These YouTube streets are like the wild, wild west. You best pick a lane before you go insane. You go insane. What insane? Whatever you do, don't go down the avenue of trolls. You could lose your soul. These YouTube streets are like the wild, wild west. Get back on the horse, set your course, tip your hat. You'll be back, you will be back. You will be back. Streets are like the wild, wild west. Get back on the horse, set your course, tip your hat, you will be back, you will be back. You will be back.
Houston, we have a problem.
All right. I've muted you. Sorry, Tempo, I muted you. I'm going to have to play the banjo song now because as soon as people start mentioning the banjo, I'm like, okay. All right. Let's do it. Where's the damn banjo? Where is the damn banjo song? There it is. Here we go. Is it still up on the screen? Yep. All right. Let's make it bigger. Here we go.
Where's the banjo?
Where's the banjo?
You say you can play, but where is the damn banjo? We say na-na on the ding, 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 da-da, ding, 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 ding. Where's the banjo? We say na-na on the ding, 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 da-da, ding, 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 ding. You can't run fast with a banjo up your butt. Ding, 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 da-da, ding, 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 ding. You say you can play, but where is the damn banjo? We say na-na on the ding, 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 da-da, ding, 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 ding. Yeah, nah, you can't play. Ding, 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 da-da, ding, 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 ding. In your dreams, where is the damn banjo? Ha 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 ha.
Oh, where is the French one? I'll throw the French one on for you, Debbie, seeing as you like it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Here it is. Oh, skip that.
Yeah.
No, we'll have none of that. Skip.
Bonjour, ça va? Baguette, croissant, le fromage, le vin, me. Are you busy? Are you free? Êtes-vous libre? Parlez-vous français? With me, time to get down and boogie. Excusez-moi, au revoir. C'est la vie. Let's dance. Tu es douce, je t'aime. Are you busy? Are you free? Êtes-vous libre? Parlez-vous français? With me, down to get down and boogie. Tu es douce, je t'aime. Taille douce, je t'aime. Le meuble de table, croissant, le fromage, le vin. Me, are you busy? Are you free? Êtes-vous libre? Parlez-vous français? With me, wanna get down and boogie. Tu es douce, je t'aime.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I like that one too. I like that one too.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. But so here's the thing, right? Even though this music that I make is AI, um, I, it turns out exactly how I want it. That might sound strange, but it's trial and error, and I've been doing this for quite a while now. And I appreciate the nice comments too about the music. But what I found recently is that my brain didn't want to be creative, and that's when I knew I had a little bit of YouTube burnout. I thought, okay, I've been absorbing too much. My brain hasn't been quiet enough to be able to find its creativity. So
Well, to be honest, I kind of felt that today when remember I tell you earlier, I was getting a little headache. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
people don't understand is the research, time, the research, the energy.
Oh yeah.
It sucks a lot out of you, and not only that, but the time it takes you just to research, just a certain
Mm-hmm.
section just to add. You're looking at hours out of your day, and
Hours.
yeah, and it does turn out to be that, ne? You start at one point, then when you look, by the time is you finish being zoned out just for that session, you look at the time, hours and pass. Sometimes sun ready to drop.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, and yeah, it's hard. I mean, all of this work that I do is just mental. It's pure just brain power stuff. Um, sorry, I'm looking at the comments. I am reading the comments. I've got a very bad habit of reading people's messages, and not responding to them. I think I respond to them mentally. I think I've got this power of telepathy that I don't have. that I telepathically respond to things, and I'm not doing it outside of my head. So, thank you, Sam. Yeah, Sam's making her own music as well, and Sam is actually a singer. So, let me see if we can drop. Do you want me to drop your link in the chat, Sam, so people can go to your page? I will do that for you. It's my imagination. Yeah, it is my imagination in the music for sure, and AI is the icing on the cake. Yeah. Thank God. I'm really happy that it came along. It really, my brain exploded when I realised I had a way to write. There's a couple of ways you can do it. You can write your own music, or you can get AI to write your music. And I prefer to write my own music. To write my own lyrics to the music. On the very odd and rare occasion, I might get a little bit of help from AI, but mainly it's just my own lyrics. I will jump off the couch if I'm not on the computer. I will jump up and I'll run to the computer if I've got some lyrics that are bubbling around in my head, and I'll make a song. So trial and error, animation AI generator helps, but it takes time. Yeah, all of this takes time. It takes a lot of time. It really, really, really does. And it, depending on whether you're doing it on your phone, or a laptop or whatever, there's a lot of things that it all takes time. I feel like it shouldn't take so much time, but it does. Go on, Temple.
Yeah, because I mean, when you say about time, we're talking about presentation alone.
Yeah, yeah,
But then at the same time, it's the passion in which you have for what you're doing.
yep.
Is that too, and then the fact that okay, for me, it's about seeing the joy of knowing what you're doing. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's kind of like that. So it's still add up to it's still adds back up to your passion. You're passionate about it. Yeah, sometimes it's a burnout, but if it's something you like to do, then you're just gonna keep on doing, keep on creating.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, I'm definitely passionate about it. I really like doing it. So I'm just grabbing Sam's channel to drop it in the chat. Um,
And think about this too, Nick.
mhm.
85% of the world is followers. Think about it, 85%. This
Yep.
another this another something I read and it kind of stuck with me too. 85% of the world is followers. 10% of the world is inventors, creators,
Wow.
planners, doers.
Yep.
Um, the other 5% is those who've made it.
Mhm.
You really think about it, it may be more than a handful of rich people in the world, but it's more poor people and rich people. Think about that. It's
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
in power than people out.
Mhm.
Like think about Shark Tank, right?
Shark Tank. Yep. Yep. I
Yeah,
love that
that's
show. Yep.
that's a show with people who's are right people. That's a teeny, not even a spot. That's just a ratio of people who done made it. Now, if you've been watching the show for years, then you will see maybe it's different people. But if it's the same people, then so be it. But that's just an example to show you of people who've made it now, and
Mm,
they've become entrepreneurs now. They got the vision now to see other businesses grow and stuff like that. So
yep.
this is something they've acquired now. So it's more than just making money for them now. It's helping other people make money, but at the same time, you can still see that it's still a what about me? Because for some, they want to own it. For some, if the percentage isn't good enough for them, then they're not going to work with it. So
Yep.
it's like almost like a power trip, but at the same time it's just an example of how the world really is, because at the end of the day, if you have a project or you have something that you've worked on and you believe that in some way this could better humanity, it's
Mhm.
basically the same routes you would have to go through, because someone would have to endorse you, someone would have to sponsor you.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And that Shark Tank is a very smart show because it's a good way to bring all of these new inventions, to the forefront, to the people who've got the ability to invest in it for their own gain, right? But it
Cor-
also helps. It also helps the inventor, get their idea off the ground and earn some money. So a lot of, and a lot, I think there's been quite a few success stories out of that show.
Yeah, because think about it. Even if they walk off that show and no one invested in them, I guarantee you someone was watching that show who has
Hmm.
the power and the means to make it happen. So I guarantee you that person, even though they walked out disappointed, they got airtime.
Yeah, yeah,
They got airtime.
yeah. That's
And
right.
that's very important for them because, like I say, in some way, maybe even walking out of there, maybe within a 24-hour span, they probably
Hmm.
got a call and that call changed their life just because
Exactly.
we saw them.
Yep. Exactly. In school, we teach kids how to earn money. We don't teach how to generate money. This is put into schooling systems to raise the slaves of the future. Yeah, robots next.
I gonna
So
say
that
that's Archangel, right?
yeah.
But that's
Yep.
the reality. That's another serious reality though, because you would go to for some people, the occupational field in which they wanna, pursue.
Hmm.
Some of these degrees takes years out of their lives. Bachelor's degrees, master's degrees.
Yep.
These take years and years to get these degrees, and then when you don't get these degrees and come back, you still have to sit on this big old waiting list,
Hmm. Mm.
a long waiting list. Now you've spent your life, for some people it's a rough road in college and all of that.
Mm.
You gone through this. You bear this out for years, separated from your family, things you love to eat, things you love to do. You tug this out only to come back to here you're overqualified.
Yeah, overqualified. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know how painful that is to hear? It ain't the fact that the position isn't available. It ain't the fact that we can't pay you. You just overqualified.
It's ridiculous. It's like a catch-22. There's so many things on this planet that are a catch-22. It's just you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, and you've gone and spent all this time, all this money, and then you can't put any of it to good use. It actually
Exactly.
makes put you in a worse position than you ever thought you could be. It's weird. It makes no sense. I don't like things that don't make sense. I really hate things that don't make sense. Yes, allegedly. Yes, allegedly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Michael.
That's the way it runs though. That's the way it really runs.
Yeah, that's right. And I think I've always known that. That's why I had an aversion to university. I just didn't want to
Mhm.
waste my time and money, and I just didn't understand. I wanted to be. I wanted to be a vet that
Okay,
treated
it's a good,
animals,
it's a good field.
and I didn't realize that you had to be almost smarter than a doctor. And I thought, wow, that's a lot. I don't know. I don't know if that's for me. And I wasn't told the right things leading up to that decision, so that never happened anyway. But you know, I got my smarts in a lot of different areas in a very organic way. So
Yep. And you could imagine the amount of relationship these pursuing these careers ruin.
yeah, exactly. But pursuing the careers and then the actual career as well,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of these careers demand all of your time, all of your spare time. You know, Australia is one of these countries. I think it's one country that has got the highest amount of um, unpaid overtime in it.
Wow.
Yeah, Australians have got this bizarre relationship to work, and it comes from the employers, but it goes down to the employees too. So you feel compelled to do this overtime that's asked of you that may not be paid to you, allegedly. I'm just going to leave Archangel's comment up there. Um, we'll move it along. Too much schooling, but no dinero. Yep. You wanted to be a vet too, Sam. You did school placement, and they made you hold a pregnant dog. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yep. That would be yeah. But I guess that was a good lesson, even though it's a tragedy. That was a good lesson for you, Sam, to say to let you know that maybe that job wasn't for you. You know, and I went and did my 1 week with a vet for what's it called? I can't think of what it's called. Um, Somebody help me. Yeah, at 15. What's it called, Sam, when they send you to... I'm a little hungry. This is why I can't think.
So in that field, do you get to as practice work with animals?
It's it's called work experience. That's what it's called. So they send you out for 2 weeks, right? And they go and you go and work for nothing, I think, with whatever chosen, career that you can get into where they'll take you. Work experience, yeah. Thanks, Sam. Um, and I chose, vet nursing.
Okay.
As well as Sam did. So we were young. We were like 15 years old, and I actually had a broken arm when I went out to do mine. I had a plaster cast in an L shape from my wrist all the way to my shoulder because I'd been kicked by a horse, and I put my arm up to my forehead to block the
Wow.
kick, and it broke my arm. The horse's foot
Wow.
broke my arm. Anyway, so yeah, I went and did my work experience with a vet, and we went out to look at some, go and vaccinate some puppies that were greyhounds, and I was a bit surprised at how little these tiny little dogs were that came out of a big dog. They were tiny, and then we went and gelded a male horse, and that was a bit terrifying. That was a bit terrifying. And Debbie was a personal trainer. 6 months into my B of nursing before I got ill, and now you're in debt 30K hex free. Wow. This is the other thing, the debt. Oh, that's because we're old, Sam. We were having that mental block. We haven't said this word for work experience in a long time. I was 15, like 40 years ago. So
Job training. That's what we use. That's what they call on my side.
job
Job.
training. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. And I forgot to select my second week. So I got given just a random job. So I went from doing vet nursing to going and working in a beauty parlor, and I was like, this is absolutely not what I want to do. What is this rubbish? Sorry
Boy,
to
that's where you hear everybody business.
yeah. Oh my God, and it was a hairy business. Let me tell you, that's what I was dealing with, was sorting out the wax from the hair, and I'm like, what am I doing here? What is this? What is this? Oh my God. Yeah.
I think my craziest job
Hmm.
was when I used to do kayaking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was a instructor at some point,
Wow. Hmm.
and I remember I thought it was, it almost like having a wrench. I thought it would have been a good thing. I mean, based on for what I was looking at, I thought it would have been beautiful, but it was only on certain trips I would go on that I would see the beauty in it, and then on other trips,
Hmm.
because of what the trip entails, yeah, I would get the worst of it. On one of those trips were the dive trips,
Wow. Yep.
and I remember I gave a weird experience at the same time too, Nick. Let me give you one of my weird experiences.
Okay.
I remember this particular morning going to work. Didn't want to go to work, but I said, you know what? Oh, you never know. So I go on to work,
Hmm.
and I remember going to the shop, and I remember seeing these two individuals, and just their demeanor, their characteristics, the way they was acting in the shop, and I was like, I so glad I don't have to be behind them. I could just go to the next cashier. So I just did that and left. Now, I learned later that when I see things like that, it normally comes back to haunt me. But I didn't know at the time, so
Yep.
I walk out of the store, went to work.
Mhm.
The minute I get behind the desk and start chilling, looking at papers and seeing if anything on the menu for the day, because normally I go in and the trip's already lined up, so I was hoping it just wasn't one of them days. When I
Right.
looked, nothing was on the board, Nick.
Mhm.
Nothing. I was like, okay, I get to chill on the lawn and do what I gotta do. I could chill.
Yep.
When 12 o'clock come, I could have me a nice lunch and eat on time.
Mhm.
Dog bite. When I listen, I hear this
Mm.
annoying racket coming, and I'm like, so I just wheel a chair to the window and I look down and I'm like, oh boy.
Oh no.
I done say to myself, here comes Heckle and Jekyll.
Oh no.
I done say to myself, here comes Heckle and Jekyll. I say, I hope they ain't coming to book a trip. I hope they just coming to rent a bike or just do something. But please don't
Oh.
let it be a trip.
Yep.
Man, they came in there. Um, One was American, one was Canadian,
Mhm.
and I understood it just by the way they were speaking. And the the American one came and she was like, "Oh, I would like. I understand that you do trips and I'd like to go. We like to go and blah blah blah." And I'm like, I can't deny them. So I'm like, okay. So I asked them how they want to set it up. And I really was trying to hope they would just book it,
Mhm.
but they wasn't booking. They was the here and now type. I'm like, okay. Whew. That's all I saying to myself. It's like, when you just say to yourself, you ain't feel like, I mean, I gotta go downstairs, get the gas, I gotta do all this prep and this like an impromptu match right now. I'm like,
Wow. Yep.
that means I gotta go run back to the shop to go prepare to get some snacks and I gotta make lunch. And I'm like, geez, what happening right now? So I'm like, okay. All this in split second, that's how fast my
Mhm.
algorithm running. So I really sign up the papers. Now I notice one had attitude, one didn't.
Mhm.
One was listening, the other one wasn't. And
Yep.
if I be honest with you, who you think wasn't listening? One was American, one was Canadian.
Oh, I don't want to say.
Well, don't say.
I don't want to offend anyone.
So watch this now. Watch this now. I understand
Mhm.
they probably bodies traveling or whatever, right? And I can see
Yep.
how the way they talking. One trying to present themselves as a good, and the other one, just being kind of resentful, whatever. So I remember now the most important part of the trip now. See, I just talk reality. The most important
Yep.
part of the trip to me, I don't care how you act. I don't care
Mhm.
what you've been doing. The most important part of the trip for me is when I'm doing my briefing before we leave.
Mhm.
And during the briefing, I remember the lady was like, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, it's so hard for me to focus because I giving you tips in case something happen.
Yep.
I briefing you on what we about to do, and you, instead of you listen, you already say you've never snorkeled or you've never dived, and
Mhm.
first time going in this spot for me. But for them, I'm like, oh boy. So instead of her listen, she like blah 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 blah. So I said, you all ready? Because my patience was done 10, Nick. 10. I was like, I done don't want come to work. Now I gotta take these and this annoying woman, she done start. I'm like, okay, boom, let's go.
Mhm.
We jump in the boat, we gone out. Because they didn't want kayak no more at last minute. We don't want to kayak anymore. We just go in the boat. I'm like, we gotta go back. We gotta
Oh.
go back upstairs and sign these papers now. I'm like, okay. Pop. We did all of that, jump in the boat.
Mhm.
On the way. Now, here it is again, another important part. Briefing. We about to
Mhm.
jump in the water. Nick, we going to this cave. I ain't tell you no lie. We going to this cave.
Yep.
And the first thing I noticed, the tide was high. I rather go to the cave on a low tide because why? Normally on
Yep.
a high tide, something like a huge shark or something will just go in it on a high tide because it's an easy place to hide.
Mhm.
Something that's wounded, something that wants to rest. But
Yeah. Yep.
normally
Yep.
that's an ideal place for them to go on a high tide, especially if they
Mhm.
want to feed.
Mhm.
So I remember throwing the anchor down and I remember looking down and there was this big old stingray. I'm like, okay, first sign. I never see this before. Big
Jeez.
stingray
Yep.
lay, big stingray layered on the bottom, just barely
Yep.
covered in dirt. I could see his
Yep.
eyeballs, his tail. I'm like, okay. So now I about to brief these guests again.
Mhm.
So same woman, blah 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 blah. I say, mom, we're not in Kansas anymore.
Yep.
So all this blah blah blah, you gotta ease up with that, mom. I'm just trying to tell you, you
Yep.
know. And she's like, "Oh, I've died before." Blah blah. I was like, "Okay, mom." So
Wow.
I had to speak to the other one. She was like, "Okay, don't mind my friend. She just excited, blah, you know." But I just looking at them like, "Okay, cool." We gone over Nick in the water. First thing I did was point down and give them like a wave off sign, like no, the umpire says safe.
Yep. Yep.
I given them that. I pointing down and giving them that sign like that's definitely a no. Don't even go down there because as big
Yep.
as that stingray is, I don't need him trying to attack us because I don't know
Mhm.
if he already mad
Yeah.
based on the fact that he is already halfway submerged under the sand. He
Yep.
hiding or he
Mhm.
hunting. We don't
Yeah.
want to get
Right.
we don't want to get in that pattern. So they just
Yep.
point and say, "Let's go."
Yep.
We get to the entrance of the cave. Now the first thing I see is this huge fish. Swim out the entrance, and I'm like,
Oh no.
bad sign, bad sign, bad
Yeah.
sign.
Yep.
This fish like 3 to 4 feet long, and
Oh
this ain't
gee.
no aggressive fish, but this just a nice catch. If you was to catch him on a line, take
Mhm.
you at least 15-20 minutes to pull him up.
Right.
So I'm like, wow. I'm like, that would be a nice meal for a shark right now. I say, wow, and I'm going in here on a high tide.
Mhm.
I'm like, damn, and these guests ain't listening. Damn. No, I done mad, Nick. I hot because I in the water now, and it's too late to turn back. I too far from the boat. We in
Oh.
the cave. I'm like, wow. So I trying to tell them now up. Now if they was listening, I was telling them that we go in this cave, we go down 6 feet, then we
Yep.
dive back up 6 feet, and we come into the air chamber.
Mhm.
Now I
That
went.
sounds good.
I let the first lady went up. She gone up fine. I went up because the second lady she keeps swimming wrong and wrong, but I knew she knew the instructions, so she see where we went. Now you know what she did, Nick? Take
What?
my oath to God. You know what she did?
What you do, man?
She looked up at us in the chamber sitting down on the rocks, and she decided to point ahead,
What?
as in saying, "I going ahead."
Oh no! What? How arrogant and stupid!
On a high tide,
No.
the cave black inside. The only reason we see where we are because of the light. Nah, I'm like,
Wow.
I already hot. I pissed off. My
Yep.
heart and pumping, and I'm
Mhm.
like, this the reason why I didn't want to come to work. And everything flashing
Yeah.
back. I'm like, this the reason I don't want to come to work. I said, now here it is. I got to go rest of my life. I say, wow, I signed up for this, but I was like, for it to come at this price? I'm like, wow. And my heart and beating. So I look at the other guest who was in sitting beside me, and I'm like, Mom, I need you to do something for me.
Oh God.
I gotta go in the back there possibly to rescue your friend. I
Yep.
said, she is diving right now in uncharted territory.
Oh
I
God.
myself have not been in this cave.
Oh no way.
I've been so far. I said, and we already basically 30, 40 feet into this cave and
Oh my
we still in
gosh.
the light. I said, I warned and I warned. I said, now I gotta risk my life to go save this woman's life, the very woman who was not listening from
Yep.
the very get go.
Yep.
I said, I need you to go to that boat and I need you to get on the radio and I need you to go on a certain channel. And I gave her some instructions and I
Wow.
tell her, now, based on how I feeling, I make it hold my breath, maybe 2 to 3 minutes tops.
Oh
I say,
man.
I
Yep.
really gotta suck it up right now. I say, if you see red coming out of this cave,
Mhm. Yep.
I say, start the boat. Start the boat and go to the land.
Wow.
You say what you have to say on the radio and start the boat and go to the land. I say, because whatever in here, it coming out.
Bloody
So
hell.
I jumped down, I suck it up, and I
Mhm.
went in. And as I went in, I noticed I couldn't even see no more, Nick. I serious, I couldn't even see no more. Like everything going black.
Wow.
So the smartest thing I do, I say, now you know what? I look in behind me and all I could see is the glare of the sun on the water, and I'm like, okay, I see where the sides are. I can
Yep.
swim to the side, hold
Mhm.
on the side, and work my way in because I do not want to swim in the middle. I don't know how far down this go. I don't know how far back this
Ooh.
go.
Yep. Oh.
So I hold on the side and I went wrong, and it's like I felt something big, whatever big, whatever size it was.
No.
It was powerful
No.
enough to move me in the water from side to side.
No. No.
No, but it wasn't even the head; it was the tail, Nick.
No. Come on.
I was literally at the tail, and the tail was happy. See, but
No.
now watch what happened. Now watch what happened to the guests.
Jesus
Whatever
Christ.
was in this cave, right? Now
Yeah.
think about this. You
Mhm.
know, if it go in a half a circle, whatever was in the back there was laying at the back of the wall.
Right.
So I figure it could have been a massive nurse shark. It
Yep.
could have been a massive tiger shark. It could
Oh
have
my
been a
God.
massive bull shark.
Oh.
So I'm like, the way the tail was moving, it was like the head was busy. Now what happened was the guest swam the opposite side of me, and she swam right up to the head.
Yeah.
So the head was so big, Nick, that it was trying to rub her. Like she was between the head and the wall, so it was like trying to rub her down to where it
Wow.
probably could bite. But
And it couldn't. There wasn't enough room. Yeah.
right, it just wasn't enough room.
Wow.
So what happened is
Oh my God.
me now trying to gain my composure because I like at the end of a dog happy tail wagging the whop 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 whop. So that's me and underneath the water just spanking back and forth until I could try to see what was really going on. Now when I
Oh
did
my
saw,
God.
I saw
Yep.
when she got free and I
Yep.
saw when she started swimming towards the light and all I did was shoot off, hold the wall, kick off and I swam towards her, and that's when she was like, "Oh my God, what was that? Oh my God, what was that?" I said, "What was that?" I said, "That could have been you, and that could have been me."
Oh
She
my
said, "But
God.
I didn't know. I didn't know." I said, "But if you didn't listen to me from the get go, you would have known." Yeah, but
Yep.
you didn't. I was so mad, Nick. I was so hot. I said, "You
Oh.
know what? Game over." I
Yeah.
said, "Get we get into this boat." I say,
Mhm.
game over. I pulling up anchor. We gone. We carrying y'all back to the land. I don't want no tip. I don't want nothing. This
Yep.
over with. I'm so
Yep.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I say, I'm so sorry. I say, you know how I would have feel knowing that I
Oh.
was about to lose my life to save you, someone who been diving this water for years,
Yep.
someone who know the danger. I say, come on
Mhm.
now. And she's like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And then the other friend was like, I don't know what to say. I apologize for my friend. I'm
Oh,
like, you
wow.
apologize, mom? It ain't you, it's your friend. I said, but right now, the innocent suffering for the guilty. I say, I could
Oh,
be
God.
real with you. The innocent suffering for the guilty. This your friend? I say, it's between the two of y'all. I
Yep.
say, I don't like what happened today. I ain't gonna give you all a bad report to my boss. I say,
Yep.
but at the end of the day, these the things what could go wrong when you decide not to listen.
Tick up. Yep.
Yeah, so that was
Yeah.
the weirdest thing for me. So
Oh, my God.
that's one of my experience. That's why I don't really deal with the water no more. Me and the water
No,
ain't too much a friend.
and I remember you saying something about only being in water that's up to your knees now. Is that was it?
Yeah, I say I don't really go in the
Oh,
water
yep.
like like above my waist. If it be above my waist, dying for me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because I always conscious of that moment. Even if I lay down in the water,
Mm-hmm.
like give me like 10, 15 seconds, I done alert. I should say, well, I ain't gonna let nothing
Oh my
sneak up
God.
on me or no. So
No.
my mind
Yep.
always at work in that area.
Well, I don't want to traumatize you any further, but
No man, I did.
there's some gigantic creatures on the screen right now that I'm going to play. Right now, this is my very first upload to YouTube. Can everyone see the date on this thing? I can't see it very well. Let me have a look. It's the 7th of November 2015, right? It's a long time ago. And it's baby yabbies still attached. Do you know what a yabby is? Like a crayfish, like a freshwater crayfish.
Okay.
And
Now,
there's
which all is
they're
called crayfish have love, have biters, none. Nick.
hey?
Which all called crayfishes have they have two biters?
Yeah, they've got pinchers. Yep.
What we call cray, we don't even say crayfish. We just say crawfish. So,
Oh, crawfish. Yeah.
um,
Well, these are the little tiny ones. They're not the shrimps, but they're about the size of your hand. These ones.
oh well, these ones I talking about, they go to be very sometimes a good size.
All right.
Like
Well,
2 feet,
oh,
3 feet.
oh no, no, no. These are not these are not 3 feet. Freshwater cray. Yeah, we call them yabbies. So anyway, I'll just play you my very first YouTube upload. That's so
Yeah,
old.
let me see what they look like.
Yeah, it's not very good. It only goes for 30 seconds. This thing, and there's no sound. I don't think. So they're the babies still attached to the back of the yabby. There's tons of them on there. You can see their little eyes. Can you all see it?
Yeah, looking at it, it look disgusting, eh? I just being, it
They
look
look like
disgusting, eh?
they look like little aliens. I'll play it
You
again.
know what I mean? But that's another thing. Like people is eating weird things too, though. You ever saw that Kazu Mazu, Nick?
Kazu Mazu? No, what's that?
It's like, for what I understand, it's like rotten cheese. The whole concept of it is like fermented cheese to the point where it has wo-
Oh,
the worms
oh
and stuff in
no,
it.
no, I haven't seen that.
And in some villages, that's like the guests have to eat some of that. That's like the delicacy for when the guests come.
Wow.
And I'm like, buddy, I ain't now hungry, you know.
It's like that beluga egg. Oh my
Oh,
god.
like, oh, n- next speaking of egg, right?
Mm.
I don't know how people is eat that, right? But I can't eat it, so I allergic to the shell food. So check this out. Like for
Oh
me,
no way.
the egg is like the whole bird. I see people is eat the whole bird, the beak, the
Yep.
feathers. the foot, the brain,
Yep.
the eyeball. Like when you fry the egg, like I used to be like, oh wow.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. So a lot of people when they eat a prawn, they eat the head and suck the guts out and everything.
What?
Oh yeah, it's delicious. I've done it.
Oh. You got the
Yeah.
iron stomach, Nick.
Mm.
You got the iron stomach.
I do. All right. I'm going to share this. How can I? What's going on here? Let me add this to the stage. All right. Here's a freshwater yabby that we have over here. I don't know how to make this bigger. I don't know how people do that on. Oh, here we go. Is that bigger on the screen?
Yeah.
So they're very small. See, they fit in a fry pan,
Okay.
and that's what they look like. So they were the baby ones that were hiding underneath the gill, like the back of that crayfish.
Okay. Okay.
Big.
They look like they're ready to fight.
Oh, they hurt too. So they're not very big. Um, yeah.
Notice a little amazing little creature in the sea. That little I think it's
The
a
mantis.
crab, but it packs a punch.
It's a mantis shrimp. I know
Yeah,
exactly what it is.
the mantis shrimp. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love anytime I see a little video with that, I love to watch that little thing work.
Yeah. There's actually a guy out there who he tried to get his mantis shrimp to break some glass. So let me mantis shrimp. They're a beautiful looking little thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
there they are.
pretty. Yeah, they pretty as well too.
Yep, they are pretty. Um, but yes, they do. They've got um, definitely got a little punch on them. Beautiful, beautiful, terrifying. Mantis shrimp.
Yeah, I can imagine that little thing is a bully on the. He's a bully at the aquarium.
Yeah, it's something to do with their the design of their front claws, and I think basically it's to break the shell. I think of
Yeah, some things they not they some things they break for real, no doubt. They put that little sucker pack a punch.
yep, they can punch through an oyster shell. Here we go. The power behind a mantis shrimp punch comes from its speed, clocking in at 10 meters per second or about 50 miles per hour. 50 miles per hour. These speedy jabs allow the mantis shrimp to not only obliterate the shells of its crustaceans and mollusk prey, but also to crack through thick glass. See? No aquarium time for these angry arthropods. A punch that fast also produces heat, which creates cavitation bubbles, where the water instantly evaporates and implodes like a tiny backward firework, causing even more damage to the mantis shrimp's target. What on
Yeah,
earth?
it almost like you trying to say when the mantis shrimp throws that little punch, he throws it so fast that it almost like produces an air fireball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh my god. Oh,
You know they got something to it.
oh my god.
But another interesting one is that I think it's a bug or a beetle that shoots off like out of the hip, and whatever it shoots it off with so much power, and I think it's some type of gas or something in it.
Acid, I think.
I say some serious things in this world. You know, if you really sit down and just explore the insect world or the animal world, you would be surprised. You
Yeah,
think
yeah,
the
yeah.
duck, yeah, you think the duck-billed platypus is the weirdest thing out there. You would be surprised.
They are weird. There's a lot of weird things out there. There's yeah. I'm constantly surprised because I'm always on the lookout for weird animals and weird insects and weird, creatures of the deep and whatever. Um, I love it when I find something new. Um, what is Martha saying? No, it's not a lobster. I don't know what we're talking about. It could be. And I love fish eyes. I'll eat anything. I will try anything once. And yeah, fish eyes, they're interesting. You can eat anything's eyes. This is getting gross, this conversation. Um, these are creek and pond dwellers. They're like, yeah, they're like a, and they taste like lobster. Yeah, they're like a miniature lobster. These things, these yabbies, and there's bigger size ones that come out of I don't know where, South Australia or somewhere. Not
So
the same yabby.
y'all have the crawdads.
Yeah, so that's what we call them yabbies. They're the
Oh,
same as they're the same as a crawdad. Yeah, basically,
wow.
they're probably a cousin of the crawdad.
Okay.
You dozed off, Mary, and you woke up to shrimps. Yep,
Shrimp on the barbie.
shrimp on the barbie. Yep, and I'm getting hungry now with all this talk. And I hope that you didn't fall asleep and burn your food, Mary. Yes, they can probably break a bone in your hand. Yeah. Yep, you should look them up. It's a mantis shrimp, like a praying mantis. I don't know why they are called a mantis shrimp.
You remember that? You remember that movie Orca?
Yep, I do remember that movie. That was after Jaws. Yeah.
Nah, you remember what really pissed that whale off, right? Remember the scene? Remember the scene with the young baby?
I do remember that scene. Yep.
You didn't find that scene like weird? Like they say that like how that baby looked like a human
It did look a bit like a human.
with the feet and the hand only like facing forward, palm up,
Mm-hmm.
soul up, and I'm like, that was the weirdest. That scene right there was so weird for me, but to connect that with that whale, with the way he saw that, and I'm like, you really feel as though a killer whale could terrorize a village like that for one person. In
Yeah.
reality, they always
Mm-hmm.
say they make the movie off of some type of story in reality. Whether I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it did happen or if it didn't, but sometimes it does. But you think a killer whale could really wreak havoc on a community like that in the name of revenge?
Well, you never know. I'm gonna show you a bird version of revenge. All right, just leading on from what you're talking about. So,
Yeah, because next check think about how they just hunt them seals, and when them seals go on them icebergs, thinking they could get away, how they just strategically break up them icebergs, and think about it. Like, what's the difference in a boat if they don't flip a boat over? Think about it now. I mean, I'm just saying.
I
If you
know,
look at the
I know,
massive, if you look at their destruction, I mean, they're capable of it now. But you think that one really would?
well, it maybe, but maybe it's got something to do with creatures that are black and white. This is what I want to show you, right? So, these are a bird native to Australia, right?
Traveling solo
Oh
is an
gosh,
adventure. With unlimited
where's
data
the
in over
sound?
200
Why can't I
destinations,
mute
traveling
it?
solo doesn't mean being
Yep. Okay, is this on the screen? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, fair use, fair use. We're just going to review this an Australian boy getting attacked by a magpie caught on camera. So these birds will remember you. If they don't like you, they will remember you. And if they do like you, they'll also remember you, right? And they won't attack you. But if they hate you, they will attack you year after year after year, right? They will remember you. So let's have a look at this and have a look at this poor kid getting swooped by a magpie.
A springtime stalker swoops, and Max Sherwood's scooter ride really gets going. The 10-year-old was menaced by the magpie near his Lake Illawarra home yesterday morning.
The magpie's just coming at me, like swooping me. I'm just screaming the whole way down.
Dad Wayne had been attacked moments earlier by the same bird.
There's always one in every street.
Hours later, Max returned to the same path to face his fear head on.
Here he comes.
The original video exploded on the internet.
So those birds, that kid, he will be swooped by that bird every year until that bird, disappears.
Well, I remember a job I was on, right?
Mm-hmm.
This bird decided that the bird decided to put a nest right in the way operations would have to run. So it's like a spot where a ladder would come down,
Mm-hmm.
but where the ladder comes down, that spot never get touches, and that's where the bird decided to put its nest.
Oh my God.
So I remember I had to work in the area, so I was very careful because just going around, I have this thing. If an animal or insect sees me doing something constantly the same way, I think
Mm-hmm.
memory reflex would let them know, like, okay, he's gonna do the
Yeah.
same thing. So
Correct.
I
Yep.
remember with the bird, I remember it dashed at me first
Mhm.
once or twice, but then I just kept doing what I had to do. And it didn't bother me no more. So I could freely walk and freely go through. So I remember a coworker, not even a coworker, a guest came through and decided that why this bird nest here? And you got some hateful, spiteful people, and they decided to throw the nest down.
Yep.
No,
Oh no.
no, it wasn't a guest. It was a coworker because when he threw the nest down, I remember saying, "Nah, we was working you all this time, the whole
Mhm.
month, and nothing happened. And you come right here and do this." So I remember now a couple of weeks passed. But I remember
Mhm.
during that day, this bird cried and cried, and I saw her flying around, flying around, flying around, and I'm like, boy, this bird could remember you. And
Yep.
he said, that bird, shoots, that bird can't do me nothing. So I'm like, I said, yeah, I said, that bird can remember you.
Mhm.
Now, would you believe a couple of weeks later now, I remember another coworker came through and him and this coworker almost like the same size and they like to wear
Oh.
hats. So I remember this guy, he went over there
Yep.
and I remember him calling me, say, bite, 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 bite. But this why this bird harassing me like this, boy? So I right there laughing, I laughing.
Yeah.
And he don't know what's going on. And we just laughing and he really had to work in that area. And every time he go over there, it's like pop, 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 pop. Now he wearing a hard hat, right? But this the bird literally picking on the hard hat, like pop, 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 pop. He's like, boy, this bird serious. I say, yeah, I know. So I say, you want me to make the bird stop? He say, please, man, what you could do? I say, take the hat off. He say, what?
Oh.
I say, take
Oh
that.
yeah.
I
Yep.
say, take the hat off. He said, why
Mhm.
you want me to take the hat off? You wear a hat, this bird picking his hat. I say, you know something? Let me give you the story. I say, you see your boy over there? He have
Mhm.
his hat on. I say,
Yep.
and if you look at it, you and him the same size.
Yep.
I say, and he is the one that bird hot with. I say, now, if you keep working like this bird will recognize it in you.
Yep.
I say, now watch when he come over here. I say, watch it. So we say, boy, if this makes sense, I could try it. I say, you gotta work, not me. I say, I got all this over here to do. I say, that's you over there. He's like, okay, okay, okay. Man, he take that hat off. Would you believe I watched this bird come in like a 747 straight on.
Oh.
All I see was the wings and the mouth. And when the bird reach him, the bird fly off. He
Wow.
done ducking and shrugging, and I say, "What I tell you?" He say, "How you know that, boy?" I say, "Bro," I say, "Sometimes it's just be instinct when you work with animals. You just kind
Yeah.
of understand certain rhythm." He say,
Hmm.
"Boy," I say, "Now watch it now." I say, "I don't know if that's the man, and I don't know if that's the woman." I say,
Hmm.
"But it's two of them, one up high and one
Yep.
down low." I say, "So when the next
Yep.
one come, you might get picked." I say, "But if you don't get picked," I say, "you in the cool."
That's right. Yeah. Forever. Forever.
Hmm. So the other guy, he couldn't. He came over, man. When that bird saw him, you think
Wow.
they do next? The two of them had him. Oh yeah, pop, 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 pop. Yeah, he had to stay inside. Like he could not go to the truck. He could not go to the yard. He could not do
Wow.
nothing. He had to
Yeah.
stay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, literally stay in office. So
Hmm.
yeah, but birds do remember you, and that's correct.
They do. Hey, Temper. I'm gonna do a science experiment on you right now. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
We'll see. You say go ahead now. I accidentally turned my heater off, so I have to leave the room for a minute. So I'm going to leave you with the floor of this panel and the chat. That's the experiment for you, my friend.
Oh wow.
And yeah, so I'm going to give you like some dead air for a minute. All right,
Okay.
because I literally have and you hear with people you know. It's all good, but we'll see how you go. Do you want some background music?
Hmm. I may as well give them a story then.
All right. Well, no music. I'm going to mute up. I'm going to leave the room. I'll be back in like I don't know, less than a minute. All right. You're on your own.
Mhm.
Goodbye.
Bye bye. All right. Let me give you all a little story. So I remember when I was in my teens, I should say. Um, Land crabs was something we love to go for when they walk. It's a certain time of the year they walk, so you know when that time came, I was happy to go get some. Um, I remember this particular area we went, and I remember seeing this crab, big old fella, and I remember me saying, "Okay, I gotta catch this one." And I remember trying, didn't get him. So I said, "You know what? On the way back, I got you, boy. On the way back, I got you." So I remember now saying, "I know where the hole is. I could plot him." So I heard this thing went click, 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 click. I'm like, what the hell? Now, normally when I hear the clicking sound, that's the sound of a crab eating something nearby. So I'm like, okay, got you. My mind and off that one now. Now, I didn't know that this was the crab I was walking after now, but I heard it. And I get closer, closer, closer. I couldn't find it, you know. Now I'm in the open and I'm looking, and there it was. I look in the corner, I see the crowd moving, you know. So I remember the first thing I noticed weird about this crab, right? The way he was looking at me and the way he was walking. Now, crabs normally walk left to right. They don't walk forward like how we walk as humans. They walk left to right. So I looking at this crab, and what's so strange is like he's sneaking away from me. But he's sneaking away in a forward way, and I watching his legs like walk forward, and I'm like, what the hell is this I witnessing tonight? Now, on my side of the world, paranormal activity is a real thing. I may as well brief you. Um, but me thinking this was could be a paranormal night, no, I wasn't thinking like that because normally I ain't timid or nothing, but if my mind run on certain things, I wouldn't make the move. So I wasn't even thinking like that.
Temper.
Yo,
What happened? You went quiet.
No, because I was actually reading the chat, but you move it just now.
Oh,
Yeah,
did I freak you out? Sorry.
no, no, but it's all good. Yeah, so I wasn't thinking nothing like that. So no, I see this crowd moving forward, and I'm like, I could get you. So I went to approach it. And normally there's something that's happen when you move too fast. Now sometimes there's a limb in your, there's a branch hanging, but where you're looking down at the what you're looking at, you don't see it. So sometimes going forward in that downward angle, it hits you in the
Mm-hmm.
forehead. So after I got hit in the forehead, I'm like, I look around the first time, I'm like, what the hell? What just happened?
Wow.
So I'm still looking at this crowd and it's just walking away in forward motion, and I'm like, no, I heard, your grandmother them, and they tell you about what experience they have, like out in the
Mm-hmm.
night, deep in the bush. They
Mm-hmm.
would tell you their stories, but these things ain't kicking in at the moment. So I'm just saying, I've been plotting on this crab for weeks. Every time I pass this spot, either he close the hole or far from it, no matter how, he always outsmart me. So this the one night I'm saying, I got you, bro. I got you. Escaping. So I gone at him again. And I felt this blow in my forehead. Wow. I'm like, what the hell? Nah. I had a bucket of crab in my hand. Bucket was almost full. I had a big flashlight in my hand. Now that dropped, I dropped, and I'm like,
Wow.
what the hell hit me? So after the third one, I get up and I'm like, I looking around, and for some reason my mind ain't telling me I getting a warning to leave this thing alone.
Uh-huh.
But I just looking around like a fool, like what the hell hitting me? Like I so brand new.
Mm-hmm.
When I know what I know, but what I know isn't really kicking in right now. So
Yeah.
I'm looking around like, what the hell hitting me? So when I gone down the last time I get hit so hard, Nick, it felt like the Incredible Hulk head butt me. Boom.
Jesus.
So on the ground, light on the ground, then reality hit me.
Mm-hmm.
You know where you is?
What?
You know where you are right now. That's all I keep saying to myself. After I'm on the
Oh.
ground now, I'm like, do you know where you are?
Yeah.
And do you know what time it is? I say to myself, what the hell was I thinking? I saw that, and that's when reality kicked in, like,
Yep.
because I was in the area where the elders would tell me, and they would tell you, whenever you be around them, like in certain areas, they don't go because when you go in there, you can't come out because it's like you would get lost. But then when you wake up in the morning, the
Yeah.
road would be right there. And
Wow.
all of this start kicking in now, and I'm like, I really in one of these areas, and I really should have
Mm-hmm.
known better.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, so when I saw the crab walking forward like a human, like not saying he only had two legs, but all eight legs was walking in synchronicity, like as in
Oh.
walking forward, like walking
No.
forward. And I'm like, I should have known that by the way the face of the crab looked. I should have
Yep.
known something was wrong, but it
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
really dawn on me. But
Woo. Everyone's going to have the heebie-jeebies now.
yeah, why you think I named my channel Spooky Events? So it could be sometimes I just run these realities, but people call them story, but for me they realities because I see them with my eyes. But
Yep.
yeah, I should have known, but when I did get up now, I catch myself. I noticed the bucket ain't turning over. I said that's a good thing. I said I was gonna lose all my crops.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I say the light's still on. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
So when I shine, I could not see the crab no more. I could still hear the walking, but I could not see the crab no more. And then, as I say, everything was kicking in then. So I'm like, I need to get out of here. I say, I don't know what the hell just beat me just now, but whatever just beat me, it should have only been one hit, but it hit me three times to let me know, like, bro, three
Wow.
times
Yep.
is the charm.
Yep.
Now, I found my way out, and when I went home, you know, you gotta take them clothes off and stuff, so paid up and everything. But when I look in the mirror, like when you get burned on your skin
Yep.
and the black scab starts to heal or it shows,
Mm-hmm.
my forehead had a very big black mark on it as if I was burnt.
Oh, what?
Like literally as if I was burnt, but that's where I got hit.
Oh my God.
And when I look in the mirror, I was like, look at this mark. And it was like a fresh cut, but it was like, like in a burnt style. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, it's even irritating to touch. And it's like, wow, I get my
Wow,
warning.
man.
So yeah, that's just
Oh
one of
my
them
God.
spooky events what happened to me.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to find. Oh, stop. Stop
Um,
playing. Oh my God. I'm going to find a trailer for The Serpent and the Rainbow for Sam.
yeah, she needs to watch that. I hope she can sleep after that.
Yeah, and you can watch the full movie is available on YouTube. You can find it. Um, it's pretty scary. It's pretty scary. I'm trying to find. Oh,
I
maybe
think
I shouldn't.
the scariest one for me, like when I was younger, was the one they called The Haunting.
Yep.
I mean, it's so much The Haunting, but the one with the I think it was this family with this man who made this deal or something, and he's with this land, and it was some type of curse in the
Mm-hmm.
house,
Yep.
but it was some type of family dark secret. Yeah, I think that for me, yeah, that was one of my first scares in a horror movie. That same movie, but that's when it was, when it just came out, so you know, all
Mm-hmm.
this green screen wasn't around.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I was trying to find a preview, a trailer for it, Sam, but I will send it to you offline. I think it's the wrong time of the day. So in Australia, it's 10 minutes to 4 p.m. and the kids are around, so I don't think it's the right thing for me to play on here, going to everyone's channel. Um,
It's a good
did you?
movie, though, Sam.
It's a
The
great
serpent,
movie.
the
Yeah,
serpent and the rainbow.
I will send it to. Yeah, I will send it to Sam. Oh, you don't do horror? Well, you can't watch that movie then. No, no, no. I
Yeah,
won't be sending it to you, Sam, because it's based on factual things. So I'm not going to show it, Martha. I'm not going to do it. Everyone's.
it sound like when they decide to whatever day of the week decide to do the spooky events, it sound like
Mhm.
Sam ain't gonna be there. 'Cause
Yeah.
I got plenty spooky stories.
Oh well, I think you're going to have except for Sam. I think you're going to have an active, excited audience to listen to some of these stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Exorcist did it for me too, Martha. I there was one day when a bird fell down the cavity of the wall on my bedroom, and I could hear this noise every now and then of a tapping on the wall. And I'd already seen The Exorcist, and I thought that my room was possessed, and it was just a bird that fell down the wall. But yep, that movie freaked me out for life, for life. And it's based on a true story as well. It's like, oh my god, I love
Would you
scary
think?
movies.
Would you think with the Conjuring movie, the devil made me do it?
Oh my god, they're horrifying, and yeah, it's I
Nah, they my type of horror snack.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I do. I'm very strange. I like to watch a horror movie by myself and get as scared as possible.
That's the
I love
best
it.
way. That's the best
I love
way.
it. I love it. And Sam's going to be like, I'm never going to go and visit Nick ever. She's going to put a horror movie on and I'm going to freak out.
Yeah, block out the house.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Leave the curtains open at night time and all sorts of crazy stuff. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing. Do you know? I went away on a holiday to the mountains somewhere in where I live, and there was a lot of glass. There were a lot of windows surrounding this house, right? The whole house didn't feel right. And at night time, I realized there were no curtains, and I felt really uncomfortable. I did not like having the lights on inside the house, knowing that somebody could be watching me from outside. And I was like, I don't like this. And
Yeah, all eyes on you.
I know I took a photo of that house, and it looked like the whole house was on fire, but it wasn't. But
Mm-hmm.
I just thought, anyway, me and my partner at the time ended up leaving that house at about 2:30 in the morning because something really loud hit the side of the house and knocked a picture off the wall. And I'm like, what is going on? There's something wrong with this house. And we left. We just packed up and
Mm-hmm.
left. We
I
went.
remember. I remember one time I had to paint a house, and I literally
Mhm.
had to explain why I here and what I doing. And I mean no harm, bro. I mean it's just like literally I had to find myself saying them words. And when I walked out the
Wow.
house, I had to ask the guy downstairs. I said, bro, like, what's going on with this place? He said, like, what do you mean? I said, my boy, what's going on with this place? I said,
Mm-hmm.
hear me how I saying it. What's going on with this place?
Yep.
He said, he started smiling. He said, you see something, mate? I said, bro, I gotta ask you one more time, what's going on with this place? I say, whoever owned this place, he alive? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
whoever he buy this from, they alive? They wanted to sell this place? This was this a part of the deal? I said,
Mm-hmm.
because if I gotta be here working, bro, I don't need no one opening no doors. I don't need no one trying to move from room to room behind me. He said, what you mean? I said, bro, I said, let me ask you something. I say, you ever been in this house? He said, yeah. I say, you get confused? He said, all the time. I say, when you on the second floor and trying to get to the first floor, how long you be walking on the second floor past the stairs and you can't find the stairs? He said, but I thought it's only me. I said, bro, that's what I talking about, my lord. I said, that's what I
Mm-hmm.
talking about. I say, you can't see. I say, let me ask you something. The bedroom up in the corner, that's the master bedroom, right? He said,
Yep.
yeah. I said, he said, how you know that? I said, my boy, that's one of the places I got to go. I say, nah, as you see this house, any windows open? He say, this
Mm-hmm.
windows don't open in here. I say, no floor, right? He say, no. I say, so ain't no draft in here, right? He say, no. I say, ain't no breeze in this house, right? He say, no. No fan
Oh,
on. You see, I say, so how the hell you could tell me now draft open in the doors? I said,
oh
only
my
in this
God.
bedroom?
Yep.
He said, what you do? I said, let me tell you what I do. I was down in the mother rooms. I do what I had to do. I come up in this
Mm-hmm.
bedroom. The first thing I realize when I look downstairs, I see someone standing at the bottom to the first floor landing, looking up. And from then, I start feeling tense. From then, I start realizing I getting lost in this house. I said, then when I go in the master bedroom, I had to move the bed. He said, oh, shoots. I said, now you saying, oh, shoots. I said, you know something, bro. He said, that is the man bedroom. I said, all right then. I said, so when I move the bed,
Yep.
the the closet door open. He said, huh? I said, not only the closet door open and close back, then the bedroom door to go outside open. I said, now tell me how that
Mm.
happened. I said, the door ain't closed, the door opened back up like someone push it open, then the door closed. I said, so tell me what that mean. I said,
Wow.
bro, I said, nah. I come to ask you this. I said, but to be honest, I just had to
Mm-hmm.
apologize to whoever that person is inside this house because obviously they was in that bed laying down and
Yeah.
I interrupt them.
Yep.
He's like, he said, well, the owner did die.
In the
And
house. Yep. In that
this,
room.
yeah, this house was his, his dream house. I said, okay. I said,
Mm.
now you warming up. He said, this was his dream house. And, this, a lot of them has come down here to, in certain state, and when they pass away, this is like what they want. I said,
Yep.
oh, I say, so now this house and sold to someone else. He said, yeah. I said, nah, he up there still living up in this damn house, but he
For
didn't want this
sure.
house. He didn't want this house sold. I said, this place is rent. He
Oh.
said, no one will hardly rent it. I said, now I
Yeah.
know why. I said,
Yeah.
anyhow, let me hear him do what I gotta do in here.
Mm-hmm.
Push this bed back to the wall, tidy
Mm-hmm.
up what I mess up. I said, I gone. I
Yep.
said, the minute you see me finish, I pack up and I gone. I ain't waiting. I don't need to see the owner now. She know my number. Yeah, she know my number. She'll call me.
Oh.
I out.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, bro.
But this happens in a lot of houses that get renovated, and you know, um, if there is something still hanging around, and they don't want you to change the house, they'll make it known. They'll make it
Yeah,
known.
because that was a scare tactic to me. Like,
Yeah, for
this is
sure.
one door open, then it closed. The other
Mm.
door open, it almost closes, then it opens back up. As to say, well, what? You still in here? And then the door closes back?
Yeah, no, 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 no,
Yeah, I was like,
no, no, no.
I was so like my mouth was so wide open. I was like,
Uh huh.
what the
Yeah,
hell?
yeah. I bet. I bet. And just so you know, like I've got a lot of things that I bought that you put in a specific spot in your house, right? To
Hmm.
protect you. To protect you. I've got this little turtle that has to face a certain direction. I've got a little phoenix that has to be in a certain corner. Um, I've got the little elephants with the evil eye, to face out the window. Um, but there's nothing happening in this house. It's clean. And I salted it before I moved in here. And
Okay.
Archangel's putting some things, suggestions up there. Crystals, quartz, smoke the place, yep, or get a priest to bless it with holy water, but carry salt in a bag. The other thing, a trick you can do is throw some rice, because apparently, yeah, go on.
Like like when it comes to like for me, like I say, I born certain way. Now I
Mm-hmm.
ain't trying to tell no one I is no psychic or nothing on that type of level. So don't misquote me.
Yep.
I just see what I see, and sometimes it doesn't be pretty, and sometimes it's just like a wonder
Mm-hmm.
and a wow. Be like, that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But um, I know when it comes to seeing certain things you don't talk, certain things you do, but you will just realize like a lot of things you will see and you will not see. You'll see it now, but then it'll
Mm-hmm.
be a long time before you see it again. Like for
Yeah.
instance, I know at a certain time of the year I could go to a
Mm-hmm.
certain place
Yep.
and I could smell multiple colognes. And
Wow.
all these colognes would be from like way back in the day, scents you will
Yep.
never find now.
Yep.
Like the original Old Spice, the one you used
Mm-hmm.
to splash on.
Yep. I know the one and the smell.
Yeah,
Yep.
like scents like that. Um, that Blue Royal Crown grease, like them type of grease, and you smell the most scents, and you'll be like, wow. But you
Mm-hmm.
come here tomorrow, nothing to go, so you'll be like, I don't smell nothing. But then why
Mm-hmm.
was I smelling it all the day before? And when I think when I really look into things like that, I learned that someone had the information out, and I always refer to movies because a lot of people watch movies, but they call it like residual haunting.
Yep.
Like whatever tragic happened, like they will be like
Mm-hmm.
living that moment, or they'll be
Mm-hmm.
within that, like for some of them, for some of the scents I would smell, I'll be like, maybe this is this person's birthday today. I don't know because every day could be someone's birthday,
That's
or
right. Yeah.
maybe this is the day they
Mm-hmm.
passed, or I'll always try to relate it in that way because it's only a one-time thing.
Sam's asking you a question there, Temper.
The history of mediumship in my family. Um, I would say no,
Mm.
but at the same time, I still can't take away from the fact that um there are a few people who can see what I see,
Mm-hmm.
but it isn't like do no special type work or nothing for anybody. But yeah, it's just see what you see.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep. And I'll tell you something that I see. I see that we've been going for about 3 hours now, so
nighty
I'm
night.
ready. Yeah, I'm ready to wrap this up and get some food. I'm a bit hungry. Um,
Yes, Michael, I agree. And what you shouldn't see as well.
mm-hmm. Yep. And thank you all for. Before I go, I'm going to drop your link in the chat if I can even find your link anywhere. Can you? Where is your channel? I can never ever find your channel when I'm looking for it. Let me see something. I don't want you to end your stream accidentally. Let me just see. Let me look at my own channel. I have to go to my post to find your channel.
Yeah, I find that to be strange too, but then when it comes to me, I expect the unexpected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pause. Right. Here's your channel. You're not doing too bad on your views
Yeah.
for that live stream, for your first live stream. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I hope the upcoming second one be even greater. Well, you gotta get it out there, Nick. You gotta get it out there.
Yeah, and I've got to get more organized and and Archangel just dropped your channel in the chat. Thanks, Archangel.
Thanks,
is it
Archangel.
is it the right channel? Is it the correct? Let me have a look. Yep.
8122.
Yep. Good on you, Archangel. I'm sorry. I should have just asked my awesome mods. I should have just asked. This is a problem. I should have just asked, but instead I went off and tried to do it myself. I think we all have abilities that have been suppressed. Absolutely, absolutely, and yep.
Yeah,
Um,
one of these nights we'll talk, man. One of these nights we'll talk about that on my channel. That's true. That's true what
yep,
Psalm 3, so it's what Psalm say. That's very, very true.
yep, and yeah, it did go fast. Because anytime you talk to me, no, I'm kidding. Anytime we talk on here on this app, we get sucked into a time vortex,
Hmm.
and
Yeah, sorry to bore you all out like that.
oh, they're not bored. What are you talking about? they lo- they love it. They love it, and we love that they love it, and we love that you guys come and spend time with us. And oh yeah, I can see Mary's yelling at me in the chat there. Yep. Oh, look at you both go. Look at these temps go. These temps. These mods. These temps. Oh my god. And thanks, Mary. Stop yelling at me. And I was watching something on YouTube, because this is where I live now, in YouTube. And I was multitasking. Thanks, Archangel. And I want to know. I'm going to put it in the chat. So here's my question for next time. It's like live stream homework. Does the consciousness live inside or outside of the body? All right.
I should go live tomorrow night and just talk some spooky stuff. Just might, God knows how I feel like this might.
Yeah, why not? You got to book it. All you do, if you book it,
if you build it, they will come.
Yeah, no, I'm saying if you book it, they will come, including me. So here's my question for everyone. I'm dropping it in the chat. Does
Thanks, Martha. Thank you.
Right, here we go. Here's the question to everyone. What's Debbie saying? No, Temp, this was awesome.
I ain't get to the scary ones yet.
No. All right, here's my question. Here's my question to What's G2K? What's all this? Jersey.
Oh, that's my boy. G2K in the chat. That's my boy.
Yeah.
That's my boy. What?
Yeah, G2K's in the chat, in your chat. And Remil Hopeful. These must be your.
Yeah, they might brothers from another mother there.
Iron Wolf Productions.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, we can't end yet. We're going to keep going a little bit. And look, all it took was me asking this question. Does consciousness live inside or outside of the body? Wow.
Does it live inside or outside of the body?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
That's my question. That's my question, but it's not to be answered today.
What's up, my G2K family?
I'm gonna play. Can I play the song for your G2K family that have entered into the? Can I play my song? Will they like it?
Sure, go right ahead. It's all love. It's all love.
It's all love. Yeah, that's right. Now, is anything playing? I don't think it is. Oh yeah. Right, here we go. Gotta get it. Where is the? Right.
Wake up this morning with the sunrise in my mind. Feeling the moment, leave illusion behind. No chains of worry, no fear I need to find. Just the rhythm of life moving through space and time. Consciousness, so sweet awareness. Seeing the world through the eyes of oneness. No division, no false disguise. Just me and the world with an open eye. The river flowing, teach me how to be still. Mountains whisper truth beyond the thrill. No need to follow where ego wills. This higher knowing, it's a deeper chill. Over the noise, I hear a call. The voice within beyond the wall. Roots get deeper, leaves grow tall. When you see the self in one and all.
Ottawa.
Yes, yes, you can hear an Aussie chick because we are streaming from this Aussie chick's channel. We're streaming to Tempest channel from Mountain Goat Productions. I'm Nick. Hello. These are who are these G2K guys? Are they from a channel that I know?
Yeah, that's get to know. That's get to know.
Get to know. Right. Now,
Yeah,
hi to the get to know crew. Thanks for joining us. Where is Muff Muff? Has anyone seen Muff Muff?
I haven't seen Muff Muff in a long time. Muff Muff 40.
Yep, Muff Muff 40. Yep.
Back at you, Jersey. Back at you. Yeah, that's my other family over there. They're my brothers from another mother. G2K,
Right.
Sugar Glider, Niels Iron Wolf, Sergeant Modog, Jersey, James Ottawa, Ramiel. Yeah, there's some real brothers over there, Nick, and I glad they come over to support. It's another set of
Yeah.
good family over there. It's a real community. Yeah.
They're supporting. They're supporting from. Hang on. Now Jersey's jumped over here. No, she hasn't. That's a trick. Everyone's still out. They're all over on your channel.
Yeah, shout out to the family over there, guys. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for supporting the channel.
Yeah, thank you. Make sure you smash that like button. That'd be awesome. Thank you. And you're live. I wonder. Let's see. Can you mod your own chat? No. And I'm the only mod in your chat. and I'm here.
Here, there,
I'm trying to,
everywhere.
here, there, and everywhere. I'm trying to drop my channel in your chat to get these guys to subscribe to my channel as well. And I'm just doing. Okay. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm multitasking. I will be one moment. I don't know what's going on. You can talk, Tempest.
Yeah, I was thinking about when you were saying I was saying you was here, there, and everywhere. It reminded me of a Italian guy who I work around. Like no matter what you asking him, you could never get a straight answer.
Yep.
I serious, Nick. You could never get a straight answer with him. Like, hey, bro, what you doing? A little of this. What you be doing after that? Oh, a little of that. Where you going? Maybe down the road. Like you never could get a straight answer. Like, bro, you going over there? I didn't think about it. I'd be like, wow. Like if you plan to lie on him, don't waste your time.
Wow.
You never get an alibi from him. Never get a straight answer.
Wow.
That was the fun thing about it. That was the fun thing about them, though. And you learn why they speak the way they speak. You'd be like, wow.
Yeah, thank you. I just dropped my channel over in your chat.
Yeah, man, Nick, feel free. We always one family. Yeah, feel free.
Yep. What is Martha? Will that be our homework? Where does consciousness live? Does it live inside your body or does it live outside of your body? And is it
could we crack that now?
We can crack that now if you like. Yeah, sure.
No, we may have to shut the live down soon. But I would say, what if I would ask the question, what if consciousness was you, your essence, like you, your energy?
Yeah, it.
So
I believe that's what it is. Anyway, like I believe that it's definitely a form of energy, but do, I guess the question's a bit bigger than the question, right? So when we're not here anymore, does it still exist outside of our, like, is it something that can live and not live? Does it have an end? Does it have a beginning? Is it something that, yeah, it's a
okay,
big.
I had an experience that kind of, maybe if I was thinking like that along them lines,
Mhm.
it would have shifted me, but I was always kind of balanced. But I remember I lost a friend in in 98, no, 2000. And I remember it's been years since then. It's been 25
Mhm.
years. And I remember sometime this year, I had this vision where, like some people say dream, I say vision. I had this vision where um, I was at this, the way I would describe it is like I was on the waterfront, but on a deck. But this deck was like patio like style, tile deck. Everything was tiled out.
Yep.
Um, the edges of the wall were like 2 to 3 feet, like just enough for you to sit on with a nice cap on the top.
Mhm.
And this was like the set, and it was like everyone was around, and here it was. I saw someone, and I don't know if I said this to you before, Nick, but in dreams, I control my dreams. Like I do
Lucid.
whatever I want to do in my dreams. And I remember being the free person that I am. I remember seeing the person, and I remember holding on to a thought that I saw on the video that if you ever find yourself in a dream and you could remember that it is a dream,
Yep.
remember to ask the person in the dream what day it is, what time it is, and what year is it.
Yep.
And I remember holding on to this, and I remember in this dream as well, when I saw the person, um, it's like the person who they were with, I did not know them. And but the way they were moving with them, it was like it's almost like they were their handler because it was like they had some influence on whatever this person did. So
Yep.
it's like picture you in a room with a lot of people, and here comes someone you know, but they're with someone that you don't know. But when this person goes to go this way, like you could see the person not physically influence their thought, but just the way they would walk, their mannerisms would change in the dream. You could see that it would make the person like, okay, let's go this way, or if they say move, they wouldn't say let's move physically. Like it's just some movement you would see. Then
Yep.
the friend body language would change. So I remember seeing the friend, and I'm like, hey, 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 and they remembered me. And you know what they said to me, Nick? They
What's
were
that?
like, they were like, I was like, first they were like, I see you for so long. Where you been? I've been looking for you. I
Mm.
say, you was looking for me? I say, I know you. I say, you know who I am, right? And they was like, yeah, yeah, I know who you is. I was looking for you. And I was like, you was looking for me. I say, you was, you passed in like from 2000.
Yeah.
And when I said that, because let me just backtrack. Like during all the hey, hey, how you doing? I remember her breaking away from the person and hugging me. And
Mhm.
when they hug me, that's when I really look at the person and see that, that energy they didn't like. So I was like, okay. And then, like, within the close confrontation now, because we didn't hug, like, within close proximity, she was like, how you doing? How you doing? I see you for so long. I miss you. And I was like, I was like, I see you for a long time, Nita. I said, but you know why I can't see you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, why you can't? And I was like, well, you passed from like 2000, so just 2025 now, like. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah. And the minute I started relaying this information to them, the person came up to them and was like, whatever they did, it was like the body language, like, hey, we gotta go.
Yep.
And the person looking at me like, they saying like, well, Temper, I like to stay and talk. Like, boy, I miss you so much, and I miss talking to y'all. And I was like, you gotta go. It's like, and I just stand up there looking, and the person just fade away with them. And I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow. Because even when they tell them what year it was, they look at me like, really?
Yep.
So yeah, that's what kind of made me realize like the person was still holding recollection.
Yeah.
Who I was speaking to, they still could have telling me that we could have still know about things what happening, and I was like, but you ain't here. How would you know if you ain't here?
How would you
So
know if you aren't here? Yeah, exactly. Yep. Lucid dreaming. I love doing all that stuff. It happens to me often. I'm quite often aware that I'm dreaming within the dream. Do you, Temper, are you're gonna love this? I just remembered a dream that I had not that long ago. I was dreaming, and I knew I was aware that I was dreaming, but in my dream I was asleep. In my dream, I knew that I was asleep. In the dream, I knew that I was asleep and dreaming in my dream.
I don't like them kind of dreams.
It was very strange, and I could feel that I was asleep. It was so weird. It was quite interesting. It was like a dream within a dream within a dream. That one.
Sound like you was just watching that movie Inception. Right now, you just finished watching that, eh?
No, I didn't. Nope, haven't watched that in a long time.
Hmm.
I haven't
Well,
watched any. I haven't watched anything. There's been the only thing that I've been really looking at is this sector on YouTube. I haven't really been feeding my brain good food, you know.
hmm. Well, that wouldn't stop you from dreaming, but I don't know. Sometimes, at some points, I remember. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. I find when I don't, and I find myself like saying, "I know I had this dream," or
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, now that just kind of pissed me off. But then I just be like, okay, everything
Yep.
happened for a reason. But the deja vu's is another freaky thing. I don't like. I mean, the deja vu's. I really try to figure out when does it happen next.
When does deja vu happen?
Yeah, like when did you get it? You only know it when you're already seeing it or it's already happening.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna answer Debbie's question first, and then I'm gonna answer your question second. All right. So, Debbie, if you don't dream, generally it means that you're not having a deep enough sleep, and that might be true for you. I'm not sure how deeply you sleep. Oh my,
Um,
oh my! There's a lot of noise coming out of you, Temper.
yeah, just slide the charge in. But
Oh, okay.
dreams,
Does
dreams,
that?
dreams. Not everyone is dream. I don't think everyone is dream.
Yeah, but for my own self, and so I know if I don't dream, it means that I haven't been able to get into that deep REM sleep to dream. It means that the quality of my sleep was poor.
Yeah,
So I'm just trying to see if that's lining up with. We all share a common consciousness. They utilize it against us. Red means stop, green means go. Yep. Debbie, I heard that we all dream, but some of us don't remember. Yeah, that can be true too. And Debbie saying, okay.
Yeah, man. I could say not everyone is trained, but then at the same time, I know within myself that isn't a fair answer because everyone at some point has an imagination. Everyone at some point have a dream of things they want to do in their life, things they want to accomplish, and if it's only to see a futuristic glimpse of those things, yeah, for that reason, I can't say not everyone dreams. Nah. If your life has been bombarded to the point that you cannot be like the computer, if whatever you input you could get out, then sometimes it's good to just clear your mind, clear your thoughts. Sometimes it's good to just hold a meditation. But yeah, everyone should have that. Everyone have the same ability.
Yeah, for sure. Now I've got a bit of a theory about deja vu. So, and it lines up with my DNA and genealogy stuff, right? So we all eat vegetables, yeah, and or meat, meat meat that were animals that will eat grass and items that are grown in the ground, yeah. So these things that are grown in the ground absorb the nutrients out of the soil that's of the ground that they come from, yeah. And then you eat these things and they become part of your body. And over time, if you eat items that come out of the ground from the area that you live in, especially if you've grown it yourself, right? It's always coming out of the same earth. It becomes part of your body. It eventually will, in some way. This is not fact. This is just my theory. Okay, this is in my opinion. YouTube, in my opinion. And the elements from that soil will attach to your DNA, right? Now, if you do that in reverse and look back at your ancestors, and you still have a portion of their DNA inside of your body, right? And you travel to some land, or you cross some land or something, and you get that feeling of deja vu, in my opinion, you have brought the DNA back to its original place, and you get that sensation that tells you that you're on the money. That's what that deja vu is, in my opinion. It's something that your body or something inside of your body has experienced in a lifetime that you haven't even lived. That's in my opinion. Okay, I'll just leave that there with you all.
Okay. Well, I'll say with my understanding, right? We all born with wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and we should act towards each other in a spirit of brotherhood and love. We all have a conscience.
Yeah.
If you look around the world based on just what people could do on just how they could discipline their mind, right? And the things that they could accomplish. If we look at what we could accomplish as a people, if we should just apply our minds, we'll be able to see the same feat too. But for me, to understand that some people don't like to say reincarnation and this and that, but I've seen a lot of things that actually could back that. Where, but I also understand that at some point, for me, I get to understand the deja vu's happen when I be sitting and sometimes you do that gaze, that dome gaze,
Mhm.
For me, that's when it happens during the dome gaze, because I realized right there and then. For me, I may just be saying, "Whoo, let me take a little break from what I was doing," and I sit right there and I just look and the mind just float, and
Yep.
sometimes it'll be like, "Oh, well, let me catch myself." But why would I say, "Let me catch myself"? Where was I?
Mhm.
So I realized in moments like that, but that's when it happened. But where we live in different cultures, we grow up under different subliminal teachings.
Yep.
We have subliminal thoughts that literally
Mhm.
hold on our mental. So when
Mhm.
we eating the foods to open up these chakras, and literally we ain't even being taught about these things, because if we was actually taught how to unlock our minds, like literally,
Mhm.
rather than someone trying to con us and get a grift off of us for this, you know,
Mhm.
um, maybe we would see some things, but we haven't been, we weren't taught like that, you know. That isn't the angle, and the angle isn't for everyone to be free. Because if everyone be free, then who could be tied down? You know, like somebody gotta drive the garbage truck, someone gotta pick up the
Yeah.
garbage.
Yep.
So life is 50-50 like that. But speaking on this, if we had the ability to understand that through the power of our minds, we could
Mhm.
raise our meditation or our elevation of just through spiritual heights, then we would really try to be better people. We
That's
really
yeah.
would.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So I just want to address Sam's comment on the screen. So yeah, think about the previous people that were buried in the soil. This comes back to something you keep saying, talking about temper. You know, are there more people under the ground than there are above the ground, right?
Yeah, but
And
another thing is the zinc and the magnesium that's within our skin filament
mhm.
too. Yeah, you could find zinc and magnesium in the ground too. So
Yeah, you can, and there also is environmental DNA that can be sourced. So if I went to an area where my ancestors lived, where my great grandparents lived, and I could find the location of their house, if I did a bit of a soil collection from underneath where their house was, I may find some of their trace DNA in the soil, and that's called environmental DNA. And
mhm.
and and for entertainment purposes only, for YouTube, you know, crazy quacky theory here. If you are eating the vegetables grown in the soil, wherever these vegetables come to you from, because you don't know where they're coming from sometimes. Um, yeah, there could be residual environmental DNA from other people in that soil. So maybe these elements of deja vu are temporary glimmers of that environmental DNA that you've consumed into your body, and you are having a thought that is not even yours. And that's why it feels so strange. You're like, I don't know where I'm going with this, but
But another
the
thing too, Nick,
horses.
where
Yep.
where where do you find them trying to actually teach us who we really are? I mean, each one of us represent a different part of the world. Like, where do you really find them trying to teach us who we really are? See this now. We get into a reality where we see what happened to people we really try to liberate. Even if they
Mhm.
try to liberate themselves, what happens?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. Funny
And
how
that's
you are connecting out.
huh?
Connecting. I'm just reading Archangel's comment. Funny how you are connecting without really realizing you are almost there, guys. Oh, don't worry. We know we're very aware. We're actually very aware of what we're doing. In fact, I think we're so aware of it, Archangel. If Temper can lucid dream, and I can lucid dream. If we fell asleep at the same time and tried to find each other in our dreams when we're both asleep, there's a chance that that's a possibility. I believe.
Well, it's either full for me. It's either I know or I don't. So yeah, I know. I know. There's a lot of things that happen when you go to rest. There a lot of things, and that's when we most vulnerable as well. Little that we know it,
Mm-hmm.
our minds are vulnerable. I won't talk
Mm-hmm.
about the body. The
Yep.
body is out. It's down.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. It's out of yeah. It's paralyzed.
Yep. But
Mm-hmm.
that's when you realize how strong your mind really is, though. When that's all that you really have, that's all you're really dealing with. It's almost like
Yep.
paralysis. When you
Yep.
go through night paralysis, like it's only your mental faculties you have because your body is shut down. Like you have to will yourself to literally lift that finger or get that sound
Mm-hmm.
or make that
Yep.
twitch, make that move, but you literally have to will yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Yep.
a lot of people will say, well, based on scientists, well, those are the same scientists whose job designed to prove that God don't exist. Because if they could prove everything is a sock as a matter of science, well, I'd put God's right out the window. But
Mm-hmm.
certain thing is a reality. I mean, and that's the thing about information from the north, from the east, the west, and the south, which makes the word news, the
Yep.
acronym for news. And if you
Mm-hmm.
compare information from north, east, west, and south, all don't match up.
Well, we've been doing it with the sun, your setting sun and my rising sun.
Yeah, you see one color on this side, I see another color on the other.
It's not. Yeah, it blows my mind. Your sun is white and my sun is yellow,
Really, and I
and your
really,
and your sun is like it's like a pure white, and mine is like pure yellow. It's so bizarre. Yes, back to the sun. Back to the sun. Now, Archangel. um, yeah, it wouldn't quite be astro traveling per se. If we decided to meet up in a dream, right? It would the astro traveling is the consciousness of the journey somewhere. That's when you know what's going on. That you're leaving your body. That's a different. If I just decided at some point to meet at a location or whatever, just say we decided to have the same dream, Temper and I, right? And we said, right, we're gonna go to this place, this location, this building, whatever. As long as we just wake up there and we don't travel there, then we're not technically astral traveling. That's how I perceive it, how I understand it. But do your own research, people. That's all I'm saying.
like, like watch this, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
in every movie you may watch in Hollywood, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a there's an allegorical teaching in it,
Yep.
and there's symbolism, and there's some real good connotations. And as an individual, if you're not well rounded, spiritually grounded, and know what is right from wrong, know
Yep.
how to decipher and know how to read between the lines,
Mm-hmm.
um, a lot of things you would really miss on just a simple like it may take the world to be like what it is right now for people to understand why the movie Demolition Man is the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
If the world wasn't like this, if chaos wasn't or has arisen to this level, and if things wasn't so messy within certain fractions, that movie wouldn't have really kick off like the message of it. But if you really was understanding what you see, then you'd understand the movie very like right off the bat. Like what's the message in it?
Yep.
So when I look
Yep.
at certain movies, I see certain things as a reality, as in, okay, if we have people who could literally use their mind, like I put, for example, those Shaolin monks, based on the technique they could do, and just the
Mm-hmm.
power of their minds, mind over matter, the iron technique, and the sword and breaking wood. And I'm like, you can't do that to a normal person unless he really built for it. But they showing
Yep.
you isn't a big man; it's just a normal sized man. But based on mental training, he can do this and he could perform this. So when you watch a movie like the X-Men, you look at Professor Charles Xavier, right?
Mm-hmm.
And remember now, it's a little truth to everything. So what if now they have him as the most powerful for that side, for the X-Men side. So basically he does telekinesis, he has psychic abilities, he can move things with his mind, he have all of this. But remember now, when he does the astral travel,
Mm-hmm.
remember now, he has full control of his consciousness. He still has his physical abilities,
Yep.
and I find it that if you have the type of, I'll say, stamina or maturity to stand on the peaks of wisdom, to be able to explore your mind in these type areas without
Mm-hmm.
fear, without and if you could accomplish certain things, yes, you could see how powerful your mind is. Like I say that because I remember a dream I had, Nick, and I think I told you this one where I got a visit from someone, and this entity or individual, it was like the form of a woman, but it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't even that type of dream. I dream I was sitting down somewhere. Um, I had let's say a sword in my hand, but it wasn't,
Wow.
and I was waiting for something to happen because I was
Mm-hmm.
like guarding something,
Yep.
and to look up and there's this beautiful woman, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Like,
Mm-hmm.
where'd she come from?
Yep.
But remember, I say in my dreams, I in control. It's me. I built myself like this, and I'm looking at this woman, and she giving me a hand, like, come here, like that type of motion, and I'm looking at her. I looking down, and I'm like, what this is in my dream? Like, what this is targeting me? Like, who this woman is? I've never seen her before. Why is she here?
Yep.
And
You're gonna
she
keep. You're
giving
gonna. Are you gonna keep this PG, Tim?
Yeah, man. It's gonna be
Okay.
PG.
And can we just say a quick good night to Mary?
Night,
Mary's
night.
yeah.
I just walk back in front of the TV. Night, night, Mary. Rest well, or should I say, Razzie? Sweet dreams, Razzie.
Ready. Thank you, Mary. Thank you very much.
But yeah, this thing wasn't a normal thing for me, and I'm like, I put my head down, and when I look, it's like the switch of a finger. I'm not where I was. We like like a gun what do you call that movie? Gunsmoke? Like
Yep.
one of them old type of bond, and I'm like, who the hell is this woman? And I'm like still at a distance, and it's like telling me to come in. I'm like, I don't know you, miss. Whatever you is,
Mhm.
I don't know you. And it's like the dream getting weird now. So it's like, okay, you're resisting. Like the snap of a finger again. Another
Yep.
set, another whole setting. But in this setting, she's closer to me and she has her hand on me. And it's like, we tussling now. It's like, why you bothering me? Let me go. I don't know you.
Yep.
Who
Yep.
sent you?
Mhm.
Really? Don't think you stronger than me. So it's like that type of motion going on.
Mhm.
And it's like, she isn't talking, but those eyes are saying everything. Like, why? The eyes were like saying to me, why are you resisting? Like,
Yep.
no one resists me. And I'm like, I don't know you. Like, don't touch me. Like, get your hands off me. And the way we tussling. But the
Yep.
strange thing is, when I woke up, Just how her hand was on me gripping, I had those same marks on my body. Like if
Well,
she gripped me on my hand, I had the same grip mark on my hand.
oh, yep, yep,
So I say to myself, whenever I have dreams like that, I just think of what if I was in me? What if I was weak hearted? What if
yeah,
my
yeah.
spirit wasn't strong? I say I probably get snatched under life just like that. I'm
Oh,
like, I wonder if that's what happened to people and they don't wake up. Things like that will
well,
cross my mind.
so going to sleep is it's an interesting thing. Things, yeah, it's another world. It is. I'm going to say it. It's another world.
It really is. Trust me, I've never, and I always say, I box some powerful things, but that one always will get to me because it's like it came uninvited. It didn't want to
Mm-hmm.
leave, and
Yep.
it really was expecting to, have all control, all power. And I was like, either I was a succubus or some type of, them
Yeah.
type of. So I'm like, okay, well, I
Mm-hmm.
resisted. So I don't know what it would take for another man to resist, but even in my realm state, yeah, I still a force to be reckoned with.
Oh yeah, and I feel the same. I feel the same. I'm not scared of anything when I'm awake or when I'm asleep, and that's a big thing. Like to say that when you're asleep, because you're vulnerable when you're sleeping. So,
Very, very, very.
but I feel very aware and very powerful when I'm going to sleep.
But that's why some people can't watch certain things because they actually allow it to filter that part of their brain that it literally sits in there like a loop and like within a loop. So when they go to
Mm,
bed, it's like they say that's what they end up dreaming about. But I'm like, if you watch that from this morning or if you watch that later that evening,
mm-hmm,
you end up dreaming about that. So when I look at that as someone who's really weak minded,
mm-hmm.
someone who's in need of therapy, like, and not for no negative way, but if you're looking at it from a real positive aspect,
Yep.
to be that feeble in your mind,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you need to go sit up in the mountains and just think about think about it for a while.
Yeah. Sit up in the mountains and think about it exactly.
Yeah, think
Hi,
about
Lena.
it for a while.
Hi, Lena. Thank you for joining us. I won't put the next part of your comment up. Um, dream about that as a child. He called it the. Yep, yeah. That is exactly what Temper was talking about. It's the
Yeah.
same type of dream.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put the comment up. It'll be fine. There you go. Yep, but very scary. Yes, because it's.
Yeah.
Yep.
Talk about knowing your weakness and
Hmm.
not afraid to use it against you.
Yep.
But the paralysis to me, um, people just don't wanna put it the way it is, but it happens. Like I always say, is more people in the earth than on the earth.
Hmm.
And believe it or not, just like how you could look up in the sky in the daytime and you may be like, oh, it's a nice, ain't nothing up there. But if you had a certain app, you could look up in the sky or look on that app and you'll be like, what? There are 500 planes in the sky right now, and I don't see one. So
Yep.
it's almost like the same within the spirit world. Like, yeah, you may be in your bed, but you don't know where your what was in what was where your house was. Like I say, 100 years ago, 200 years ago,
Hmm.
900 years ago. But
Yeah. Yeah.
we talking history now. So for me, the paralysis thing,
Yep.
Um, to me, it's just a matter of getting a visitor.
You don't think it's a protection thing so that you don't act out your dreams as well?
Um, a protecting thing. Well, if it leaves you in a state like that, no. It's the can't, like they say, like I say, the can't move thing. That's really odd and suspicious because even if you have dreams about your loved ones, right? Whether it
Yeah.
be son, daughter, Grammy, uncle, nephew, it's always calm, it's always peaceful. And even if you have moments where you're feeling down and sad and your mind heavily resting upon them, in some way you would feel a calm come over you, or you would
Mm-hmm.
feel a certain element around you that lets you know that yeah, you ain't alone, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But even in cases like that, you could see the positive light within that. But them night terrors, what people call night terrors, um, you gotta understand too, certain things move in the night.
Mm-hmm.
And you have some things that don't want to be seen. You have some things that ain't going to be seen unless they want to. You have some things that from way ancient times, and
Yeah.
you would get visitors like, and it does, and the show it isn't only for one person. It doesn't happen to everyone, but at some point, everyone gets one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only safe to say sometimes, evil spirits do pass through because for every experience I had with one, my eye was open, and for what I saw, that was nothing good. It was not
Mm-hmm.
pretty. It
Yep.
was not nice. And drawing it doesn't make sense because it hurts your head trying to figure out like how. But like I say, you have things out there that, like when you watch movies like Hellraiser, you see them center bites.
Do you know what? I read that book. I read that book, and that book is when I saw the movie after I read the book, I was already traumatized after reading the book because the book is way more descriptive and more just
Yeah, but you gotta have a really, educated mind to read the book and grasp all the detail. But
well,
when you watch the movie,
yeah,
if your heart ain't strong, you gotta watch that in the daytime
yeah,
with friends.
yeah, with friends, yeah. Yeah, I've always been into reading. Like I love Stephen King. You know, I love to read a horror. I used to love reading a horror. I'm a bit lazy now. I used to read a lot when I would go on a train to go to work. Um, and some of the books that I would read, I would have to turn the cover over. I'd have to put the book upside down, and so the cover was facing down when I went to bed. I just did that. I
hmm
don't I do not know
But
why.
you know what it's cost that too, Nick?
What?
Um, nah, I could be real. You got some people who like to sleep in their birthday suit,
Mhm. Mhm.
and normally when you sleep like that, that's when you get that thumping. That's when you get that
Yep.
botheration. A lot of people may not want to say it, but um, being in your birthday suit, that's like being enticing. Like even if a man with a past, if your man with a past and see you like that, be like, mm-hmm.
Yep.
So imagine,
Oh,
yeah, those things, yes. And
I see what
remember,
you're saying.
it is, you don't label it EX, demon,
Yep.
and that's what it really is. But people
Wow.
don't consider that fact.
What am
That
I gonna do? What am I gonna do when it's really hot in summer now? What am I gonna do? That's but I
so
get what you're saying.
yeah, so that's
Wow.
that's a reality, and then you gotta bear in mind that they don't even know where they're living, what the history. So
Mhm.
like I say, you live if you live in some place for more than 5 years and you don't experience nothing weird,
Mm-hmm.
then you could say, or within the space of, I'll say, a year, because normally that 1 year cycle that would cover everything. Whether it's a birthday, whether the event happened, that 1 year would cover it. But some people move in places and within the space of weeks, months, days, hours, they
Mm-hmm.
don't feel weirdness or experiencing it. So yeah, so bear in mind whether they feel that or not.
Mm-hmm.
To leave yourself open like that. You know,
Yeah,
even
I
in the
understand. No,
physical world.
I never thought of it in that way before.
Yeah,
So thank you for saying that on this live, because plenty of people are going to watch this live and they'll be like, "What are these people talking about?" And they will hear this bit. And sorry, I'm not even finishing what I'm saying because I'm reading Martha's comment. Yeah, I've experienced that as well, but I haven't heard my name being called out. That would have been horrifying.
well, you know what it is, Nick. Too.
What is it?
A lot of people don't have no knowledge of esoteric knowledge.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, when you start to learn esoteric knowledge, then you start to understand why, um, or you'll be able to understand sigils. Like even
Mhm.
within certain commercials, their icons, you'll be able to understand sigils and
Yeah.
different things. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
when you get the esoteric knowledge, then you'll understand
Mhm.
why you don't build a house certain way, or why it's so
Yeah. Yeah.
choose grounds, and even down
Yep.
to the fact of why people pour libations out for the dead.
Right. Yep.
And this the aunt, I see someone had a comment saying they felt someone push their hand down or their chest down or something like that.
Yeah, that was Martha. Yeah.
Yeah, I experienced, well, my levels of of paralysis in that form. Um, we were taught that in the house, it ain't good to sleep in the hallway or in the doorway. And if we talk to the elders, they will simply tell you, well, when the night people when the spirits then passing through, um, you don't want to be in the doorway because sometimes you get hold down. And I proved that one night to say, well, let me see if that is true. And I
Mhm.
remember laying down in the front room in the hallway between the two doors. Like one door is the front door to come in, but the other door is like a big archway. So
Mhm.
I go into the living room. So I remember laying between the big archway and the front door. You know what happened to me?
What
Um,
happened?
in the space of, I'll say, but less than an hour to be proper, less than an hour. As I felt myself dozing off, I felt hands on my feet, hands on
Yep.
my side, hands on my thighs, hands
Yep.
on my shoulders, and I felt a hand on my head. And the heaviest hand was the hand that came down like on top of my chest.
Wow. Yep.
And I felt it, but I tried to say, okay, I feeling something, because my aim was to see what would happen.
Yep.
But the longer I allowed them to hold on, the more it felt like when time to let go, it could be hard for me to get up. And then the one that was pressing on
Mm.
the chest was getting really intense, like
Yep.
getting real intense. So I'm like, let me get up.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
yeah, I proved that to be true. Now I don't
Oh,
know if it happened every day, but that one
yeah.
time it happened.
Yes, Alina. Yes, I have seen the Teslas when they go into a cemetery picking up people walking around the vehicle and there's no one there. Yeah, I have definitely seen that. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it for real. I haven't seen it with my own eyes in a Tesla, but
Well, them cameras just pick up things now.
yeah, yeah. Yep. And listen, it's this. We're going 4 hours now. I'm running out of brain power
Like
for
your,
myself.
like,
Um,
like your
and
boy say, to the deed, to the deed, to the deed. That's all, folks.
yeah, buddy. Um, and but before we go, and I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to play one of my songs. That's just a nice chill out, tune out thing song. It's just good. It's just a good chill out, and yeah. Anyway, I'll try and find it. Yeah, my brain's not working properly anymore. Yes, I would like to view my channel. Thank you. Here we go. No, I don't want the shorts. I want videos. We went for an extra hour past when all your mates came over.
All right, all right. Yeah, man, I love that. That's my little crew over there. When you don't see me, yeah, I right over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta love that G2K family. It's a real
Mhm.
sweet community there.
Yes, we've been going 4 hours, guys, and my brain's just going to mush, and I'm hungry.
Yes, Nick,
And
and you know me, I done used to pulling these nighters, so I don't know. See,
yeah,
messing with your time zone now. See, you get me crossed up.
I
So
know,
now
and I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm
we
sucking you down. I'm sucking you down to the South Pole.
I'm
It's a
telling you.
strong. Yep. It's and there's quite a few Australians in the chat here. You know,
Okay.
so Debbie's an Aussie. My toes must be covered. Yeah, I don't like my feet hanging out at all of the bed. I'm just putting some of the comments up. When I have sleep paralysis, it feels like my whole body is tied to the bed. Yeah, I keep
Yeah,
waking
that's
up,
that.
it's still in a dream until I finally realise it's paralysis. Yep, and that used to happen to me a lot when I was a teenager.
Hmm.
Damn, 4 hours. Yeah, Nick, you guys went all out tonight. Um,
And
I
then
don't know
yeah.
what time. What time is it for you?
For me,
Yeah.
uh, well, 10 more minutes. It would have been Austin 316.
Wow. Wow. All right, I'm going to play this song. Play us out.
I might just do I may just do spooky event volume one tomorrow night. You know, I mean tonight. I might as well.
Yeah, you might as well. What are you going to do? When are you going to do it?
I might as well do it tonight. That'll be tonight for me. Which will I don't know
Oh, right.
I don't know what it'll be for you tomorrow. I have no,
I have no idea.
because you in a whole different day.
Oh my God, I know. All right, I'm going to press play on this. You don't have to go anywhere. Just hang around for a minute. How's the volume? Yep, it's okay.
goes under, yet it stays above. It is close, but always far. It is shallow, but it is endless. It's never ending, yet it has not begun.
All right, that's it. Thank you. Thank you, Temper.
You're welcome, Nick. Anytime, anytime. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by.
Yeah, we've had a
My
lot of
DJ
visitors,
Yes, thank you.
and I'm feeling tired myself, and it's not even near my bedtime. I just feel a bit, probably hunger. It's probably just hunger.
Probably all them people inside your house who was listening and draining you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No, there's no one in my house. There's no one in my house listening and draining me. Nobody at all. But yeah, I definitely need to, log off and tune out now and chill out and eat something and flop on the couch and watch something on the TV.
Yeah, and I going up in the town. I going up in the town later today. So
Ah,
yeah.
okay, yep. And
So night, everyone. Night, night,
yeah,
Nick.
thank you. Good night, and don't leave the
family.
studio. Don't leave the studio yet, Temper. Wait until the stream's ended, and then you should be good to. It should be fine on the other end. All right.
Alrighty.
All right, guys. Thank you. Good night. Good evening. Good morning. Grand rising. See you later. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. See you
Wherever
next
you
time.
are, have a beautiful day. Night, night.
Yes. Night, night.
Mountain Goat Productions, bringing something different to you.
Please like, share, and subscribe to Mountain Goat Productions.